There are places so strange, so utterly baffling. They defy the laws of nature and mock our understanding. Where compasses spin wildly, where shadows move without cause, where whispers of the past seem to echo through stone and ice. From the depths of the Bermuda Triangle to the frozen enigma of Antarctica's blood falls, these are not just places on a map. They are wounds in reality itself. Scientists dig, measure, and theorize, yet the mysteries only deepen. Ancient structures rise where no civilization should exist. One thing is certain: the Earth holds secrets it's not ready to share. And as we probe deeper, we may find we were never meant to know. The Great Pyramid of Giza continues to astound modern engineers with its remarkable precision and scale, built over 4,500 years ago. One of the most perplexing aspects is the incredible accuracy of its construction. The base of the pyramid is leveled to within mere centimeters across its entire 430-meter width, a feat that would challenge even modern builders with advanced technology. The sheer size of the stone blocks used in its construction presents another puzzle. Some of these limestone blocks weigh up to 80 tons, yet they were quarried, transported, and placed with astonishing precision. The method used to move these massive stones remains a subject of debate among experts. The internal structure of the pyramid is equally baffling. The Grand Gallery, a long, narrow passageway leading to the King's Chamber, features an intricate corbelled ceiling. The engineering behind this design, which has kept the passage intact for millennia, demonstrates a sophisticated understanding of weight distribution and structural integrity. That's where tools like Filmora have become surprisingly useful in my process. For parts of this documentary, I've been using Filmora's audio-to-video feature. It allows me to take a simple voice recording, like a segment of this narration, and instantly convert it into a video with visuals, captions, and even a talking avatar if I want to personalize the delivery. The process is fast, and most of it is automated through AI. You can upload audio from your computer or even directly from YouTube. Then choose your style, aspect ratio, and duration. Filmora's AI selects highlights from the audio and builds a visual sequence around it. If you're creating lessons, short explainers, or summaries, this saves a lot of time and still looks professional. You can also make edits manually afterwards using Filmora's full editing timeline. I found it especially helpful for previewing how my voiceover segments might look with visual context before I commit to a full render. If you're working with educational content or just want an easier way to turn ideas into videos, Filmora is a great option to explore. Thousands of creators are already using this to speed up their workflow. Don't get left behind. Click the link in the description and start creating effortlessly with Filmora today. Perhaps most perplexing is how the ancient Egyptians achieved such precision without the surveying and construction tools we rely on today. The pyramid's perfect alignment with the cardinal directions and its nearly perfect equilateral triangle shape, when viewed from above, showcase a level of mathematical and astronomical knowledge that seems far ahead of its time. These enduring mysteries continue to challenge our understanding of ancient engineering capabilities. The ancient Incan city of Machu Picchu, perched high in the Andes Mountains of Peru, continues to amaze archaeologists and visitors alike with its remarkably precise stonework. The massive granite blocks that form the structures of this 15th century marvel fit together so tightly that even a knife blade cannot be inserted between them. This level of precision, achieved without the use of mortar, has allowed the city to withstand centuries of earthquakes and harsh weather conditions. What truly baffles experts is the method used to achieve such perfection. The Inca did not have iron tools or the wheel, yet they managed to cut, transport, and fit these enormous stones with astonishing accuracy. Some blocks weigh more than 50 tons and have dozens of angles, all of which align flawlessly with adjacent stones. Theories about their techniques range from the use of bronze chisels and hammerstones to the possibility of softening the rock with acidic plant extracts. Adding to the mystery is the fact that many of the stones appear to have been quarried from sites miles away and transported up steep mountain slopes. How the Inca managed this feat without advanced technology remains a subject of intense debate and research. Some researchers propose the use of log rollers and ramps, while others suggest more exotic methods involving levers and counterweights. The enduring nature of these stone structures also raises questions about the Incas' advanced understanding of seismic activity. The walls of Machu Picchu are slightly inclined inward and corners are often rounded, features that may have been intentionally designed to withstand earthquakes. This sophisticated engineering, combined with the mind-boggling precision of the stonework, continues to challenge our understanding of ancient technological capabilities and keeps Machu Picchu at the forefront of archaeological inquiry. The colossal stone statues of Easter Island, known as Moai, continue to captivate researchers and spark ongoing debates for several compelling reasons. These enigmatic figures, carved by the Rapa Nui people centuries ago, present a complex puzzle that touches on various aspects of human history and culture. One primary source of debate is the purpose behind the creation of these massive statues. Some researchers argue that the Moai were representations of revered ancestors or powerful chiefs, serving as a way to honor and preserve their memory. Others propose that they were created as symbols of political or religious power, used to assert dominance over rival clans or to appease the gods. The methods used to transport and erect these enormous stone figures, weighing up to 80 tons, remain a subject of intense speculation. Various theories have been proposed, from the use of log rollers and ropes to the possibility of the statues being walked into place through a rocking motion. The logistics of this feat, accomplished with limited resources on a remote island, continue to astonish and perplex experts. Perhaps the most contentious debate surrounding the Easter Island Moai relates to the island's ecological history. Some researchers argue that the intensive resource exploitation required to build and transport the statues led to widespread deforestation and eventual societal collapse. Others contest this view, suggesting that European contact and introduced diseases played a more significant role in the island's decline. This ongoing discussion highlights the complex interplay between human activity, environmental change, and cultural practices, making the Easter Island Moai a fascinating subject for interdisciplinary research and debate. Stonehenge, the ancient monument in England, has long fascinated researchers with its precise astronomical alignment. One prominent theory suggests that Stonehenge served as a celestial observatory, allowing ancient people to track the movements of the sun, moon, and stars. This alignment might have been crucial for determining the changing seasons, which was vital for agricultural societies. Another theory proposes that Stonehenge functioned as a sacred calendar, marking important dates such as solstices and equinoxes. The summer solstice, in particular, aligns perfectly with the monument's central axis, leading some to believe it was a site for religious ceremonies or spiritual gatherings tied to these celestial events. Some researchers argue that Stonehenge's alignment had a more practical purpose, serving as a tool for predicting eclipses. The intricate arrangement of stones could have allowed ancient astronomers to calculate the complex cycles of solar and lunar movements, providing them with the ability to anticipate these rare and often culturally significant events. A more recent theory suggests that Stonehenge's alignment was designed to create acoustic effects during ceremonies. The positioning of the stones in relation to celestial bodies might have enhanced sound resonance during specific astronomical events, creating an immersive and powerful experience for participants in rituals or gatherings at the site. The ancient city of Teotihuacan in Mexico has long fascinated archaeologists and mathematicians alike due to its precise and complex layout. Scientists have discovered that the city's design incorporates advanced mathematical concepts, including the use of specific ratios and alignments that suggest a deep understanding of geometry and astronomy. One of the most striking features is the city's alignment with the solar system. The main avenue, known as the Avenue of the Dead, is oriented precisely 11.5 degrees east of true north. This alignment corresponds to the setting point of the Pleiades star cluster, which played a significant role in Mesoamerican timekeeping and agricultural cycles. Furthermore, researchers have found that the distances between major structures in Teotihuacan follow a specific pattern based on the square root of 2. This irrational number, approximately equal to 1.414, appears repeatedly in the city's layout, suggesting that its builders had knowledge of complex mathematical concepts typically associated with much later civilizations. The placement of the 3 main pyramids, the sun, moon, and feathered serpent, also demonstrates advanced understanding of proportions and ratios. The front wall of the feathered serpent pyramid, for instance, is exactly half the length of the front wall of the sun pyramid. Such precise relationships between structures across the entire city indicate a level of planning and mathematical sophistication that continues to impress modern scientists. The Yonaguni Monument, located off the coast of Japan's Yonaguni Island, has sparked intense debate among scientists and historians since its discovery in 1987. This underwater structure, lying at depths of up to 25 meters, features a series of terraces, steps, and geometric shapes that some claim are evidence of an ancient human-made structure. Those who believe the monument is artificial argue that its sharp angles, flat surfaces, and apparent symmetry are too precise to be natural formations. They suggest it could be the remnants of a lost civilization, possibly dating back to the last ice age when sea levels were much lower. Supporters of this theory point to what they interpret as pillars, roads, and even a pyramid-like structure within the site. However, many geologists and marine scientists contend that the Yonaguni Monument is a natural formation. They argue that the area's sandstone layers, combined with tectonic activity and erosion, could easily create the observed shapes and patterns. These experts highlight similar formations elsewhere in the world that are known to be natural and emphasize that the monument lacks clear evidence of tool marks or joined masonry typical of human construction. The controversy is further fueled by the site's potential implications for human history. If proven to be artificial, it would dramatically alter our understanding of prehistoric Japanese civilization and potentially rewrite the timeline of human technological development. This high-stakes debate, combined with the challenges of studying an underwater site, ensures that the Yonaguni Monument remains a subject of ongoing scientific inquiry and public fascination. The Nazca Lines in Peru remain a captivating enigma for archaeologists and researchers worldwide. These enormous geoglyphs, etched into the desert floor, have endured for over 2,000 years, yet their exact purpose and the methods used to create them continue to elude full understanding. One of the primary reasons these ancient artworks perplex experts is their sheer scale. Some of the figures stretch for hundreds of meters across the landscape, forming intricate designs that are only fully visible from high altitudes. This raises questions about how the Nazca people, who lived between 500 before the Common Era and 500 of the Common Era, could have planned and executed such massive projects without the benefit of aerial views. The precision of the lines also baffles researchers. Despite their enormous size, many of the figures maintain remarkably accurate proportions and smooth curves. This level of accuracy suggests a sophisticated understanding of geometry and surveying techniques that seems advanced for the time period. Experts are still debating the tools and methods that could have been used to achieve such precision over vast distances. Perhaps the most intriguing aspect of the Nazca Lines is their purpose. Theories range from astronomical calendars and religious rituals to alien landing strips. While most scholars agree that the lines likely had a spiritual or ceremonial significance, the exact nature of these practices remains unclear. The diversity of the designs, which include animals, plants, and geometric shapes, adds to the complexity of interpreting their meaning. As new technologies emerge and our understanding of ancient cultures evolves, the Nazca Lines continue to inspire research and spark imagination. reminding us of the ingenuity and mystery of our ancestors. Göbekli Tepe, located in modern-day Turkey, stands as a remarkable archaeological site that has redefined our understanding of early human civilization. Dating back approximately 12,000 years, this ancient complex predates the invention of pottery, metallurgy, writing, and even agriculture as we know it. The intricate carvings found at Göbekli Tepe are of immense significance due to their sophistication and antiquity. These elaborate stone pillars, adorned with detailed animal figures and abstract symbols, showcase a level of artistic and engineering skill previously thought impossible for hunter-gatherer societies. This challenges long-held assumptions about the capabilities of our ancestors and suggests a more complex social structure than previously imagined. The carvings also provide invaluable insights into the beliefs and cultural practices of these early people. The predominance of animal motifs, including foxes, bulls, snakes, and birds, hints at a rich symbolic world and possibly a complex mythology. Some researchers propose that Göbekli Tepe may have served as a ritual center, bringing together diverse groups from a wide area, which could have facilitated the exchange of ideas and potentially catalyzed the Neolithic Revolution. Furthermore, the sheer scale of the site and the labor required to create it implies a level of social organization and cooperation that was previously unthinkable for this period. This suggests that complex societies may have emerged before the advent of agriculture, rather than as a result of it, potentially reversing our understanding of the sequence of human cultural evolution. The Pillar of Delhi, also known as the Iron Pillar of Delhi, has long puzzled researchers due to its remarkable resistance to corrosion. This ancient Indian monument, standing at about 7 meters tall and weighing over 6,000 kilograms, has withstood the test of time for over 1,500 years. The advanced metallurgy of the pillar is attributed to the high phosphorus content in the wrought iron used in its construction. Researchers have found that the iron contains about 1% phosphorus, which is significantly higher than typical iron artifacts from the same period. This elevated phosphorus content, combined with the presence of other elements like copper and nickel, creates a protective layer on the surface of the pillar. This protective layer, known as mica-white, is a compound of iron, oxygen, and hydrogen that forms when the iron is exposed to the atmosphere. The mica-white layer is self-repairing and continues to protect the pillar from further corrosion. The presence of phosphorus also helps in the formation of a passive protective film of iron-hydrogen phosphate, which further enhances the pillar's corrosion resistance. The skillful craftsmanship of ancient Indian metallurgists is evident in the pillar's construction. They likely used a process called forge welding, where separate pieces of iron were heated and hammered together to form a single, solid piece. This technique, combined with the unique composition of the iron, resulted in a structure that has remained standing for centuries, defying the usual expectations of iron corrosion. The Sacsayhuaman fortress walls in Peru stand as a testament to the incredible engineering prowess of the Inca civilization. These massive stone structures, built over 5 centuries ago, continue to baffle modern experts with their precision and scale. The walls are composed of enormous blocks of stone, some weighing up to 350 tons, yet they fit together with such exactness that even a thin blade cannot be inserted between them. This level of precision is astounding, considering the primitive tools available to the Inca at the time. The stones are cut and fitted in complex, irregular shapes, creating a 3-dimensional jigsaw puzzle of immense proportions. The scale of the fortress is equally impressive. The walls stretch for hundreds of meters and stand up to 6 meters tall in some sections. The largest stones used in the construction are comparable in size to small houses, yet they were somehow transported from quarries several kilometers away and up steep slopes. What makes Sacsayhuaman truly remarkable is that these monumental walls have withstood the test of time, including numerous earthquakes. The ingenious construction technique, which allows the stones to shift slightly and settle back into place, has ensured the walls remain standing for centuries. showcasing the advanced understanding of seismic engineering possessed by the Inca builders. The sailing stones of Death Valley, also known as moving rocks, have puzzled scientists for decades. These rocks, some weighing hundreds of pounds, leave long trails behind them as they move across the dry lakebed of Racetrack Playa. The mystery of their movement has finally been solved through careful observation and scientific study. The key to this phenomenon lies in a perfect combination of environmental conditions. During winter, when temperatures drop, rain or melted snow can form a thin layer of water on the playa. As nighttime temperatures plummet, this water freezes into a sheet of ice, sometimes only a few millimeters thick. When morning comes and the ice begins to melt, it breaks into large panels that float atop a thin layer of water. Driven by light winds, these ice panels push against the rocks, causing them to slide across the slippery mud surface. The rocks move slowly, sometimes only inches per second, but over time they can travel considerable distances, leaving distinctive tracks in their wake. This process can repeat over multiple days or weeks, resulting in the long, winding trails we observe. This explanation accounts for the various patterns of movement seen in the rock trails, including sudden changes in direction. It also explains why the phenomenon occurs infrequently, as it requires a specific set of weather conditions that may not happen every year. The unraveling of this mystery showcases the power of patient scientific observation in understanding seemingly inexplicable natural phenomena. The Taos hum, a mysterious low-frequency sound heard by some residents of Taos, New Mexico, has puzzled scientists for decades. Researchers have proposed several theories to explain this phenomenon, but no single explanation has been definitively proven. One hypothesis suggests that the hum might be caused by natural geological processes, microseismic activity, the movement of underground water, or the interaction between wind and local topography could potentially generate low-frequency vibrations that some people perceive as a hum. Scientists have conducted seismic studies in the area to investigate this possibility, but results have been inconclusive. Another explanation focuses on human-made sources. Some researchers believe the hum could be produced by distant industrial equipment, power lines, or even secret military installations. However, efforts to locate a specific source have been unsuccessful, and the persistent nature of the hum across different times and weather conditions has made this theory challenging to confirm. A third approach considers the possibility that the Taos hum might be related to individual perception rather than an external sound source. Some scientists propose that certain people may be hypersensitive to low-frequency sounds that are normally present in the environment but go unnoticed by most individuals. This theory is supported by the fact that only a small percentage of the population reports hearing the hum, but it does not fully explain the geographical concentration of reports in Taos. The Eternal Flame at Eternal Flame Falls in Chestnut Ridge Park, New York, has intrigued scientists and visitors alike for many years. This small flame, flickering behind a waterfall, is fueled by natural gas seeping from the rocks. Several theories attempt to explain its origin and persistence. One prominent theory suggests that the gas feeding the flame comes from ancient, deeply buried organic matter. Over millions of years, heat and pressure transform this material into natural gas, which now seeps through cracks in the shale rock formation. This process, known as thermogenic gas production, is common in many natural gas deposits around the world. Another hypothesis proposes that the gas might be produced by ongoing microbial activity in the rock layers. Certain types of bacteria can break down organic matter in low-oxygen environments, producing methane as a byproduct. This biogenic gas production could potentially sustain the flame over long periods. Some researchers speculate that the unique geology of the area plays a crucial role in channeling and concentrating the gas at this specific location. The layered shale formations and network of fractures in the rock might create a natural pipeline system, directing the gas to the surface where it can be ignited. Understanding these geological factors could help explain why this particular spot hosts such a rare and persistent natural phenomenon. The Hessdalen light phenomenon in Norway has puzzled scientists for decades, remaining one of the most intriguing and persistent unexplained atmospheric events. This mysterious occurrence manifests as bright, floating orbs of light that appear in the Hessdalen Valley, often hovering and moving in unusual patterns. Despite extensive research and numerous scientific expeditions, a conclusive explanation for the Hessdalen lights continues to elude experts. Several theories have been proposed, ranging from ionized dust particles to piezoelectric effects caused by geological stress, but none have fully accounted for all the observed characteristics of the phenomenon. One of the main challenges in studying the Hessdalen lights is their unpredictable nature. The lights appear sporadically, making it difficult for researchers to gather consistent data. Additionally, the remote location and harsh weather conditions in the valley further complicate scientific investigations. Some scientists speculate that the lights might be related to unique geological features in the area, such as the presence of rare earth elements or underground water currents. Others propose atmospheric explanations, including plasma formations or ball lightning. However, the lack of conclusive evidence and the light's seemingly intelligent behavior continue to fuel both scientific curiosity and public fascination with this enduring mystery. The Naga fireballs of the Mekong River have long puzzled scientists and captivated locals and tourists alike. These mysterious glowing orbs, which appear to rise from the waters of the Mekong River in Thailand and Laos, defy easy explanation and continue to challenge our understanding of natural phenomena. One of the most perplexing aspects of the Naga fireballs is their regularity and predictability. Unlike many unexplained phenomena, these fireballs tend to appear at specific times of the year, particularly during the full moon night in October. This consistent timing has led some researchers to suspect a natural cause, yet the precise mechanism remains elusive. The behavior of the fireballs also confounds scientists. Witnesses describe seeing reddish balls of light, ranging from the size of an egg to that of a basketball, silently rising from the river. These orbs ascend to heights of up to 200 meters before disappearing. The absence of sound, smoke, or any visible launching mechanism further complicates attempts to explain their origin. Despite numerous investigations, including spectral analyses and attempts to recreate the phenomenon, researchers have yet to reach a consensus on what causes the Naga fireballs. Proposed explanations range from the release of flammable gases from the riverbed to elaborate hoaxes, but none fully account for all the observed characteristics. This enduring mystery continues to draw scientists and curious onlookers to the Mekong River, eager to witness and potentially unravel the secret of these enigmatic lights. The perfectly spherical stones of Costa Rica, known as the stone spheres of Costa Rica or Las Bolas, have puzzled experts for decades. These enigmatic artifacts, found in the Diquís Delta region, range in size from a few centimeters to over 2 meters in diameter and weigh up to 16 tons. Archaeologists and geologists have proposed several theories to explain their creation and purpose. One prevailing theory suggests that the ancient indigenous people of Costa Rica crafted these spheres using a technique of repeated hammering and grinding. Experts believe that craftsmen started with naturally rounded boulders and gradually shaped them into near-perfect spheres using smaller stones as hammers and abrasives. This process would have required immense skill, patience, and time, possibly spanning generations. Some researchers have explored the possibility that the spheres were created through a combination of natural processes and human intervention. They propose that river erosion might have initially shaped the stones, with humans then refining them to achieve their remarkable spherical form. However, the level of precision observed in many of the spheres suggests significant human involvement in their creation. The purpose of these stone spheres remains a subject of debate among experts. Some theories suggest they were used for astronomical observations or as symbols of status and power. Others propose they may have served as territorial markers or played a role in religious ceremonies. Despite extensive research, the true intent behind their creation continues to elude scientists, adding to the allure and mystery of these remarkable artifacts. The peculiar behavior of animals before the formation of the Crooked Forest in Poland remains a subject of scientific intrigue and speculation. While no definitive explanation exists, researchers have proposed several theories to account for these unusual animal actions. One hypothesis suggests that changes in the Earth's magnetic field might have influenced animal behavior. Many species rely on magnetic cues for navigation and orientation. Fluctuations in these fields could have disrupted their normal patterns, causing them to act in ways that seemed strange to human observers. Another possibility involves alterations in the local environment, such as shifts in air pressure or subtle seismic activity. Animals are often more sensitive to these changes than humans, and their behavior might have been a response to environmental cues that went unnoticed by people at the time. Some scientists have also considered the role of chemical or electromagnetic signals released by the trees themselves. As the pines in the Crooked Forest began to grow in their unusual manner, they might have emitted substances or energy that affected nearby wildlife, triggering atypical behaviors. While these theories remain speculative, they highlight the complex interactions between flora, fauna, and the environment that continue to fascinate scientists studying this unique forest. Due to their unique characteristics and the challenging conditions in which they form, these massive, perfectly round circles of thin ice appear on the frozen surface of Lake Baikal in Siberia, sometimes spanning up to several kilometers in diameter. One of the main reasons these ice circles remain mysterious is the difficulty in studying them directly. Lake Baikal is remote and experiences extreme cold temperatures, making on-site research challenging. Additionally, the circles often form and disappear quickly, sometimes within a matter of days, limiting the time available for thorough investigation. Scientists have proposed several theories to explain the formation of these ice circles, but none have been conclusively proven. Some researchers suggest that warm water currents rising from the lake bottom cause the circular patterns, while others believe that methane bubbles released from the lakebed play a role. The interaction between water temperature, currents, and ice formation in such a large and deep lake creates a complex system that is not yet fully understood. The mystery of the Baikal ice circles highlights the gaps in our knowledge of ice formation processes in large freshwater bodies. As climate change affects global weather patterns and ice formation, understanding these phenomena becomes increasingly important for predicting and managing environmental changes in polar and subpolar regions. The Min-Min lights, a mysterious phenomenon observed in the remote Australian outback, have intrigued scientists and locals for generations. These eerie, floating orbs of light have been the subject of numerous explanations, ranging from scientific theories to folklore. One prominent scientific explanation suggests that the Min-Min lights are a type of mirage caused by atmospheric refraction. This theory proposes that light from distant sources, such as car headlights or campfires, becomes trapped in layers of cold air near the ground. As the light travels through these layers, it bends and appears to float or move erratically, creating the illusion of mysterious lights. Another hypothesis attributes the phenomenon to bioluminescence. Some researchers speculate that the lights could be caused by luminous insects or fungi, although this explanation fails to account for the reported size and behavior of the lights. Others have suggested that the lights might be a result of natural gas emissions igniting spontaneously, but this theory lacks substantial evidence. Skeptics argue that many sightings of Min-Min lights can be explained by misidentification of ordinary light sources or even hallucinations brought on by fatigue or dehydration in the harsh outback environment. However, the persistence of sightings and the consistency of reports across different observers suggests that there may be more to the phenomenon than simple misperception. Researchers have proposed several theories to explain the unusual number of disappearances in the Alaska Triangle. One prominent idea focuses on the region's unique geological features. The area contains large deposits of magnetite, a highly magnetic iron ore. Some scientists speculate that these deposits might interfere with navigational equipment, potentially causing aircraft and ships to veer off course. Another explanation considers the harsh and unpredictable Alaskan environment. The region's vast wilderness, extreme weather conditions, and rugged terrain can disorient even experienced outdoors enthusiasts. Sudden storms, avalanches, and hidden crevasses pose significant dangers to travelers, potentially accounting for some of the unexplained vanishings. Some researchers explore more unconventional theories, including the possibility of gravitational anomalies or temporary space-time distortions. While these ideas lack substantial scientific evidence, they reflect the ongoing mystery surrounding the Alaska Triangle phenomenon. Ultimately, the combination of treacherous natural conditions, potential electromagnetic interference, and the sheer remoteness of the area likely contributes to the higher-than-average disappearance rate. However, the Alaska Triangle continues to intrigue scientists and mystery enthusiasts alike, prompting ongoing investigations into this perplexing region. The Bimini Road, an underwater rock formation near North Bimini Island in the Bahamas, has sparked intense debate and controversy among researchers and enthusiasts for decades. This enigmatic structure, composed of limestone blocks arranged in what appears to be a linear pattern, has led some to claim it as evidence of an ancient civilization, possibly even the lost city of Atlantis. The controversy stems from conflicting interpretations of the formation's origin. Some researchers argue that the Bimini Road is a naturally occurring phenomenon formed by the fracturing and erosion of beach rock. They point to similar formations found in other parts of the world as evidence that such structures can arise without human intervention. However, others contend that the uniformity and apparent deliberate arrangement of the blocks suggest artificial construction. Proponents of this view argue that the formation's straight lines and right angles are too precise to be the result of natural processes. They also cite the presence of what appear to be tool marks on some of the stones as evidence of human involvement. Adding fuel to the debate is the location's connection to the Atlantis myth. In 1968, a psychic named Edgar Cayce predicted that evidence of Atlantis would be found near Bimini. The discovery of the Bimini Road shortly after this prediction led many to believe it was the fulfillment of Cayce's prophecy. This association with Atlantis has both intensified interest in the site and drawn skepticism from mainstream archaeologists, who remain unconvinced by claims of a lost advanced civilization in the area. The bloop, a powerful ultra-low frequency sound detected in the Pacific Ocean in 1997, puzzled scientists for years. Initially, its volume and frequency characteristics suggested it might have been produced by a living creature, sparking speculation about massive, unknown sea animals. This idea captured the public imagination, but the truth turned out to be rooted in our planet's geology rather than its biology. After extensive research, scientists from the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration determined that the bloop was the sound of a large ice quake. These occur when massive ice shelves break apart in the ocean. The sound likely originated from an ice calving event in Antarctica, where a huge chunk of ice cracked and fell into the sea. The mystery of the bloop highlights the challenges of underwater acoustics. Sound travels much farther and faster in water than in air, making it difficult to pinpoint the exact source of oceanic noises. Additionally, the unique properties of water can distort sounds, further complicating their identification and localization. While the bloop may not have been evidence of an undiscovered sea monster, its study has contributed to our understanding of ocean acoustics and the dynamic processes shaping our planet's polar regions. It serves as a reminder that our oceans still hold many secrets, waiting to be unraveled by curious scientists and advanced technology. The Baltic Sea anomaly has sparked numerous theories since its discovery in 2011 by Swedish treasure hunters. This unusual formation on the ocean floor has intrigued scientists and fueled speculation among UFO enthusiasts and conspiracy theorists alike. One prominent theory suggests that the anomaly is a natural geological formation. Geologists propose that it could be a glacial deposit formed by the movement of ice during the last ice age. This explanation accounts for its unusual shape and composition, which includes rock and various minerals commonly found in the region. Another theory posits that the Baltic Sea anomaly might be the remnants of a sunken ship or other human-made structure. Some researchers have drawn comparisons to the foundations of ancient buildings or even speculated about lost civilizations. However, the depth and age of the formation make this hypothesis challenging to verify. More sensational theories have emerged from UFO researchers who claim the anomaly could be an alien spacecraft or underwater base. These ideas stem from the object's seemingly geometric shape and alleged electrical interference reported by the initial expedition team. While these theories capture the imagination, they lack substantial scientific evidence to support them. The Bermuda Triangle, a region in the western part of the North Atlantic Ocean, has long captured the imagination of both the public and scientists alike. This area, roughly bounded by Miami, Bermuda, and Puerto Rico, has been the subject of numerous theories and investigations due to the alleged disappearance of ships and aircraft under mysterious circumstances. One reason for the continued fascination is the sheer number of reported incidents in the area. Over the years, dozens of ships and planes have supposedly vanished without a trace, leading to speculation about supernatural or extraterrestrial causes. However, it is important to note that many of these disappearances have been exaggerated or misreported, contributing to the myth surrounding the area. From a scientific perspective, researchers are intrigued by the unique geological and meteorological conditions in the Bermuda Triangle. The region is known for its deep ocean trenches, volatile weather patterns, and strong Gulf Stream currents. Some scientists theorize that these factors could contribute to navigational errors or equipment malfunctions, potentially explaining some of the reported incidents. Despite extensive research, no definitive explanation has been found for all the reported disappearances, which continues to fuel interest and debate. This lack of a conclusive answer, combined with the human tendency to seek explanations for the unexplained, ensures that the Bermuda Triangle remains a topic of fascination for both the general public and the scientific community. The underwater city of Dwarka, located off the coast of Gujarat in India, is shrouded in mystery and intrigue. This submerged metropolis has captivated archaeologists and historians for decades, as it blurs the line between ancient myth and historical reality. Dwarka holds a special place in Hindu tradition as the legendary capital of Lord Krishna. According to ancient texts, it was a magnificent city with grand palaces and elaborate structures. What makes this site truly enigmatic is the discovery of extensive ruins beneath the Arabian Sea, seemingly corroborating these age-old stories. Marine archaeological expeditions have unearthed a vast network of structures, including the remains of a massive wall, pottery, sculpture fragments, and even a grid pattern of streets. These findings suggest the existence of a sophisticated urban center that thrived thousands of years ago. The sheer scale and complexity of the underwater ruins challenge our understanding of ancient Indian civilization and maritime capabilities. Perhaps the most perplexing aspect of Dwarka is its age. Some researchers propose that the city could be over 9,000 years old, potentially predating other known ancient civilizations. This extraordinary claim, if proven, would revolutionize our comprehension of human history and technological advancement. The underwater city of Dwarka continues to be a source of fascination, inviting us to reconsider the boundaries between myth, legend, and archaeological evidence. The Dragon's Triangle, also known as the Devil's Sea, has long puzzled scientists and explorers alike. This region, located off the coast of Japan, is known for its reported magnetic anomalies and unexplained phenomena. Experts have proposed several theories to explain these magnetic irregularities. One prominent explanation focuses on the area's geological features. The Dragon's Triangle sits atop a complex network of tectonic plates, including the Pacific Plate, the Philippine Sea Plate, and the Eurasian Plate. The interaction between these plates creates a highly active zone of submarine volcanoes and deep ocean trenches. Some scientists suggest that the movement of magma beneath the seafloor could generate localized magnetic fields, contributing to the observed anomalies. Another theory points to the presence of large deposits of magnetite, a strongly magnetic iron ore, in the region's seabed. These deposits could potentially disrupt compass readings and interfere with navigational equipment, leading to reports of magnetic anomalies. Some researchers also speculate that underwater methane hydrate deposits, which can suddenly release large amounts of gas, might contribute to the unusual phenomena reported in the area. It is important to note that while these explanations offer potential insights, the exact nature and extent of the magnetic anomalies in the Dragon's Triangle remain subjects of ongoing scientific investigation. As technology advances and more data becomes available, researchers continue to refine their understanding of this intriguing maritime region and its reported peculiarities. The Milky Seas phenomenon is a rare and captivating oceanic event that has puzzled sailors for centuries. This mysterious occurrence causes large areas of the ocean to emit a steady, uniform glow that can stretch for thousands of square kilometers. The light is so intense that it can be seen from space, appearing as vast, glowing patches on the dark ocean surface. The primary cause of Milky Seas is bioluminescent bacteria. These microscopic organisms produce light through a chemical reaction within their cells. Unlike the more common bioluminescent displays caused by dinoflagellates, which create brief flashes of light when disturbed, the bacteria responsible for Milky Seas emit a continuous glow. Scientists believe that these bioluminescent bacteria thrive in symbiosis with certain algae species. When conditions are right, these algae bloom in enormous numbers, creating a perfect environment for the light-producing bacteria to flourish. As the bacteria population explodes, their combined bioluminescence creates the striking milky glow that gives the phenomenon its name. Recent research has shed more light on this elusive event. Satellite observations have confirmed sailor accounts and helped scientists better understand the scale and frequency of Milky Seas. While still rare, these glowing patches of ocean serve as a reminder of the many wonders that remain to be fully explored in our oceans. The underwater crop circles off the coast of Japan continue to intrigue scientists and marine enthusiasts alike. These intricate patterns, discovered in 2006 near the Ryukyu Islands, were initially shrouded in mystery. Their perfect geometric designs, spanning up to 6 feet in diameter, sparked numerous theories about their origin. For years, the debate centered on whether these formations were the result of natural phenomena, human intervention, or even extraterrestrial activity. Some experts suggested that ocean currents or underwater volcanic activity might be responsible for creating these symmetrical patterns in the sand. Others proposed that they could be the work of divers or underwater artists. The mystery was partially solved when researchers observed a species of pufferfish, specifically the male white-spotted pufferfish, meticulously crafting these circles. These small fish, measuring only 5 inches in length, use their fins to create elaborate designs in the seabed. The purpose of these circles was revealed to be a part of their mating ritual, with males constructing the patterns to attract females. However, debate continues among scientists regarding several aspects of this phenomenon. Questions remain about how such a small fish can create such large and precise patterns, and why this behavior is observed in this particular species. Additionally, researchers are still investigating the exact mechanisms the fish use to create these intricate designs and how they navigate while constructing them. The ongoing fascination with these underwater crop circles highlights the continuous discovery and learning process in marine biology and animal behavior studies. The legend of Atlantis has captivated imaginations for centuries, spawning numerous theories about its possible existence and location. One prominent idea suggests that Atlantis was a highly advanced civilization located on a large island in the Atlantic Ocean. According to this theory, the island nation was destroyed by a natural disaster, possibly a massive earthquake or tsunami, causing it to sink beneath the waves. Some researchers have proposed that Atlantis might have been located in the Mediterranean Sea. The island of Santorini, also known as Thera, is often cited as a potential candidate. This theory is based on the island's history of volcanic activity and the destruction of the Minoan civilization on nearby Crete. Other hypotheses place Atlantis in various locations around the world, including off the coast of Spain, in the Caribbean, or even in Antarctica. These theories often draw on local legends, geological features, or underwater formations that resemble man-made structures. While many of these theories are intriguing, it is important to note that there is no concrete evidence to support the existence of Atlantis as described in ancient texts. Many scholars consider the story to be a work of fiction, possibly created by the Greek philosopher Plato as an allegory for the hubris of nations. Beneath the ocean's surface lies a hidden world of mysteries, including the surprising existence of freshwater lakes. These underwater lakes form when seawater seeps through thick layers of salt beneath the seafloor. As the water dissolves the salt, it becomes increasingly dense and sinks, pooling in depressions on the ocean floor. The high salt concentration in these underwater lakes makes them much denser than the surrounding seawater, creating a distinct boundary between the two bodies of water. This density difference prevents the lake water from mixing with the ocean, allowing it to maintain its unique properties. The water in these submerged lakes can be up to 5 times saltier than regular seawater, creating an environment inhospitable to most marine life. Researchers have discovered diverse ecosystems thriving around the edges of these underwater lakes, where the salt concentration is less extreme. Specialized microorganisms called extremophiles have adapted to live in these harsh conditions, offering scientists valuable insights into the potential for life in extreme environments on Earth and possibly other planets. These underwater lakes provide a window into Earth's geological past and offer clues about the formation of valuable mineral deposits. By studying these unique formations, scientists continue to unravel the complexities of our planet's underwater landscapes and the life forms that inhabit them. The Cave of Crystals in Mexico stands as a testament to the extraordinary wonders hidden beneath our planet's surface. Located deep within the Nacre mine in Chihuahua, this subterranean marvel houses some of the largest natural crystals ever discovered on Earth. These massive selenite crystals, some reaching lengths of over 30 feet and weighing up to 55 tons, dwarf human explorers who venture into the cave. What truly sets this cave apart is the extreme environment in which these crystals have formed and continue to exist. The cave maintains a constant temperature of 136 degrees Fahrenheit with humidity levels nearing 100%. These conditions make it nearly impossible for humans to explore without specialized equipment and limited timeframes. Scientists must wear cooling suits and respirators to withstand the oppressive heat and moisture, often limiting their expeditions to just 30 minutes at a time. The unique combination of mineral-rich water, stable high temperatures, and undisturbed conditions over hundreds of thousands of years has allowed these gypsum crystals to grow to their enormous size. This presents scientists with a rare opportunity to study crystal formation processes that occur over geological timescales. However, the very conditions that created this wonder also pose significant challenges for research and preservation efforts. The Cave of Crystals also raises important questions about the limits of life in extreme environments. Researchers have discovered microbial life trapped within the crystals, potentially preserved for tens of thousands of years. This finding not only expands our understanding of life on Earth, but also has implications for the search for life on other planets with similarly harsh conditions. The cave continues to captivate scientists and push the boundaries of our knowledge about the hidden worlds beneath our feet. The perfect spheres discovered in the Cave of the Bulls in Costa Rica have puzzled scientists and archaeologists for decades. These mysterious stone balls, known as las bolas, range in size from a few centimeters to over 2 meters in diameter. Experts have proposed several theories to explain their existence and near-perfect shape. One prevailing explanation suggests that these spheres were created by the ancient indigenous people of Costa Rica, particularly the Diquis culture, which flourished in the region between 500 and 1,500 years ago. Archaeologists believe that skilled craftsmen used a technique of repeated hammering and grinding to shape these balls from naturally occurring granite boulders. This process, while time-consuming, could achieve a remarkably smooth and spherical finish. Some researchers propose that the balls may have had astronomical or navigational significance, possibly serving as markers for celestial events or as tools for mapping the land. Others suggest they held religious or social importance, perhaps denoting the status or power of tribal leaders. However, the true purpose and meaning of these spheres remain a subject of ongoing debate and study. The exceptional preservation and near-perfect shape of these stone balls continue to astound experts. While natural processes can create spherical shapes over time, the precision and scale of the Costa Rican spheres strongly indicate human intervention. Their creation represents a remarkable feat of ancient engineering and craftsmanship, showcasing the advanced skills and knowledge of pre-Columbian cultures in Central America. The Longyu Caves in China's Zhejiang province have puzzled archaeologists and historians since their discovery in 1994. These vast underground chambers, hand-carved into solid siltstone, present a fascinating enigma. Several theories attempt to explain their purpose, though none have been conclusively proven. One prominent theory suggests the caves were an ancient quarry created to extract building materials for large-scale construction projects. The precision of the carving and the immense scale of the excavation support this idea. However, the lack of historical records mentioning such a massive undertaking has led some experts to question this explanation. Another intriguing hypothesis proposes that the caves served as a subterranean refuge, possibly created during a time of conflict or environmental crisis. The consistent temperature and humidity within the caves could have made them ideal for long-term habitation. Yet, the absence of typical dwelling artifacts or modifications for comfortable living casts doubt on this theory. Some researchers speculate that the Longyu Caves had a ceremonial or religious purpose. The intricate patterns carved into the walls and ceilings might represent ancient symbols or star charts, suggesting the caves were used for spiritual practices or astronomical observations. However, without written records or clear cultural context, these interpretations remain speculative, leaving the true purpose of these remarkable caves shrouded in mystery. The ancient underground cities of Cappadocia continue to captivate our imagination due to their remarkable engineering and historical significance. These subterranean marvels, carved into the soft volcanic rock of central Turkey, date back thousands of years and served as refuge for early Christians fleeing persecution. What makes these cities truly astounding is their sheer scale and complexity. Some extend as deep as 11 levels below the surface, featuring intricate networks of tunnels, living quarters, storage areas, and ventilation shafts. The largest could accommodate thousands of people, along with their livestock and supplies, for extended periods. The ingenuity of their design is evident in the sophisticated security systems. Massive circular stone doors could be rolled into place to seal off sections of the city, while cleverly disguised traps protected against intruders. Fresh air circulation and water supply systems ensured inhabitants could survive underground for months if necessary. Perhaps most intriguing is the mystery that still surrounds these cities. Many questions remain unanswered about their exact origins, the full extent of their networks, and the daily lives of those who sought sanctuary within their depths. This enduring enigma, combined with the remarkable feat of their construction, continues to draw researchers and tourists alike, making the underground cities of Cappadocia a source of wonder in our modern world. The Hypogeum of Hal Saflieni in Malta is a remarkable underground structure that exhibits extraordinary acoustic properties. This ancient subterranean complex, dating back to around 3600 BC, consists of a series of chambers carved out of solid limestone. What makes it acoustically unique is the way sound behaves within its walls. The main chamber, known as the Oracle Room, demonstrates particularly fascinating acoustic characteristics. When a person speaks or creates a sound in this room, the vibrations resonate throughout the entire complex, creating an otherworldly effect. The limestone walls seem to amplify and reflect sound in a way that produces rich, deep tones and extended reverberations. Researchers have discovered that certain frequencies, especially those around 110 Hz, are significantly amplified within the Oracle Room. This frequency range coincides with the resonant frequency of the human brain, potentially inducing altered states of consciousness in listeners. Some scientists speculate that the ancient builders might have intentionally designed the chamber to create these effects for ritualistic or spiritual purposes. The acoustic properties of the hypogeum are further enhanced by its unique architecture. The curved walls, domed ceilings, and strategically placed niches all contribute to the complex sound behavior within the structure. This combination of natural materials and deliberate design creates an acoustic environment unlike any other, making the hypogeum of Hal Saflieni a true marvel of ancient engineering and a subject of ongoing scientific study. The giant crystal cave in Nacre, Mexico, presents a geological marvel that has captivated scientists and the public alike. This extraordinary underground chamber, discovered in 2000, houses some of the largest natural crystals ever found, with some reaching lengths of up to 36 feet and weighing as much as 55 tons. Scientists explain the formation of these massive selenite crystals through a unique combination of geological conditions and time. The cave sits above a magma chamber, which heated the groundwater to temperatures around 58 degrees Celsius. This water was saturated with minerals, particularly calcium sulfate. As the magma chamber cooled over hundreds of thousands of years, it allowed for incredibly slow crystal growth. The key to the enormous size of these crystals lies in the stability of the cave environment. For approximately 500,000 years, the temperature remained nearly constant, hovering just below the point at which the mineral anhydrite transforms into gypsum. This delicate balance allowed for the slow, continuous growth of the crystals without interruption. Researchers have also studied tiny pockets of fluid trapped within the crystals, providing insights into the ancient environment in which they formed. These studies have revealed that the crystals grew at an exceptionally slow rate of about 1.5 centimeters per 1,000 years, explaining their remarkable size and purity. This painstakingly slow growth process, combined with the cave's stable conditions, resulted in the awe-inspiring crystal formations we see today. The Eisriesenwelt cave in Austria, known as the World of the Ice Giants in English, is home to remarkable ice formations that captivate visitors and scientists alike. These unusual ice structures are the result of a unique combination of geological and meteorological factors. The cave's location, high in the Austrian Alps, plays a crucial role in the formation of its ice features. Cold winter air flows into the cave through its entrance, which is situated at a higher elevation than most of the cave system. This cold air, being denser than warm air, sinks into the lower parts of the cave and becomes trapped. During spring and summer, meltwater from snow and rain seeps into the cave through cracks in the limestone. When this water encounters the trapped cold air, it freezes, gradually building up layers of ice over time. This process creates stunning ice formations, such as stalactites, stalagmites, and flowing curtains of ice that can grow to immense sizes. The cave's natural chimney effect also contributes to the preservation of these ice formations. In winter, cold air continues to flow in, maintaining the freezing temperatures. In summer, the warmer outside air is too light to enter the cave, helping to keep the interior cold year-round. This delicate balance of airflow and temperature allows the ice formations to persist and grow over many years, resulting in the breathtaking frozen landscape that gives Eisriesenwelt its well-deserved name. The Mobile Cave in Romania is a remarkable underground ecosystem that has been isolated from the surface world for an estimated 5 million years. This prolonged separation has led to the evolution of unique life forms found nowhere else on Earth. The cave's environment is extreme, with no sunlight, very little oxygen, and high levels of carbon dioxide and hydrogen sulfide. Despite these harsh conditions, the cave teems with life. Over 48 species have been discovered in Mobile Cave, and an astonishing 33 of these are found nowhere else on the planet. These creatures have adapted to survive in total darkness and in an atmosphere that would be toxic to most surface-dwelling organisms. The key to life in Mobile Cave lies in chemosynthetic bacteria. These microorganisms form the base of the food chain, using chemical energy from the cave's sulfur-rich waters to produce organic matter. This process is similar to how plants use sunlight for photosynthesis, but it occurs in complete darkness. The bacteria create a slimy film on the cave walls and water surface, which other cave dwellers feed upon. Among the unique inhabitants are various species of insects, spiders, and crustaceans. Many of these creatures have lost their pigmentation and eyes, which are unnecessary in the perpetual darkness. Instead, they have developed elongated antennae and limbs to navigate their lightless world. The Mobile Cave stands as a testament to life's incredible ability to adapt and thrive in even the most challenging environments. Derinkuyu, the remarkable underground city in Turkey, has sparked numerous theories about its construction and purpose. Archaeologists and historians have proposed several intriguing ideas about this ancient marvel. One prominent theory suggests that the Phrygians, an Indo-European people, began excavating Derinkuyu around 800 BCE. They may have created this subterranean refuge to protect themselves from invading armies or harsh weather conditions. Another hypothesis attributes the construction to the Hittites, who might have built Derinkuyu as early as 1500 BCE. This theory is based on artifacts found in the underground city that resemble Hittite style. Some researchers believe that early Christians expanded and modified the existing structures during the Byzantine era, using Derinkuyu as a sanctuary from religious persecution. A more controversial theory suggests that the construction of Derinkuyu might have involved advanced ancient technology or even extraterrestrial intervention. Proponents of this idea point to the complexity of the ventilation systems and the precise engineering of the underground spaces. However, mainstream archaeologists dismiss these claims, explaining that ancient people possessed sophisticated knowledge and skills to create such structures without external help. Regardless of its origins, experts agree that Derinkuyu was continuously inhabited and expanded over centuries. Its intricate network of tunnels, rooms, and ventilation shafts demonstrates the ingenuity and adaptability of ancient civilizations. The underground city remains a testament to human resourcefulness and the enduring mystery of our past. The salt mines of Iran, particularly those in Chehrabad, have yielded a remarkable discovery. Exceptionally well-preserved human remains known as salt men. These ancient bodies, dating back over 2,000 years, owe their extraordinary state of preservation to the unique environment within the salt mines. The key to this preservation lies in the properties of salt itself. Salt is a powerful desiccant, meaning it absorbs moisture from its surroundings. In the case of the salt men, this property effectively dehydrated the bodies, preventing the growth of bacteria and other microorganisms that typically cause decay. The salt also created an inhospitable environment for insects and other creatures that might otherwise have contributed to the decomposition process. Furthermore, the constant, cool temperature within the mines helped slow down chemical reactions that could have degraded the organic material. The darkness of the underground environment also played a role, as it protected the bodies from the damaging effects of sunlight and ultraviolet radiation. Researchers have also noted that the salt not only preserved the bodies, but also many of the artifacts found with them, including textiles, tools, and even food remnants. This comprehensive preservation has provided archaeologists and historians with a wealth of information about life in ancient Persia, offering insights into diet, clothing, and mining practices of the time. The salt mines of Iran stand as a testament to the remarkable preservative power of salt and the enduring nature of human remains under the right conditions. The destruction of Mohenjo-Daro, one of the largest and most sophisticated cities of the ancient Indus Valley civilization, remains a captivating mystery for archaeologists. This Bronze Age metropolis, located in present-day Pakistan, flourished around 4,500 years ago, but met an abrupt and enigmatic end. What perplexes researchers is the absence of clear evidence pointing to a single, definitive cause for the city's demise. Unlike many ancient sites that show signs of warfare, natural disasters, or gradual abandonment, Mohenjo-Daro presents a more complex puzzle. Excavations have revealed no widespread destruction layers, no mass graves, and no apparent signs of large-scale conflict or invasion. Adding to the intrigue, some areas of the city show evidence of careful, organized abandonment, with valuable items removed and buildings sealed. This suggests a planned exodus rather than a sudden catastrophe. However, other sections of Mohenjo-Daro display signs of rapid desertion, with everyday objects left in place as if the inhabitants fled in haste. The combination of these conflicting clues has led to numerous theories about what befell this advanced urban center. Proposed explanations range from climate change and altered river courses to social upheaval and economic collapse. Yet none of these hypotheses fully account for all the archaeological evidence, leaving the true fate of Mohenjo-Daro shrouded in mystery and continuing to challenge our understanding of ancient urban decline. The Antikythera mechanism continues to astound experts with its sophisticated design and capabilities. This ancient Greek device, often called the world's first analog computer, has prompted numerous theories to explain its advanced features. Researchers have used cutting-edge imaging techniques, including X-ray computed tomography, to peer inside the corroded gears and decipher its intricate workings. One prevailing explanation for the mechanism's complexity is that it represents the culmination of centuries of astronomical knowledge and mechanical expertise. Experts suggest that the device incorporates principles from earlier Babylonian astronomy, combined with the mathematical theories of Greek scholars like Hipparchus. This synthesis of knowledge allowed its creators to model celestial movements with remarkable accuracy. The presence of differential gears in the mechanism, a feature previously thought to have been invented much later, has led some experts to propose that mechanical technology in ancient Greece was far more advanced than previously believed. They argue that the Antikythera mechanism might be just one example of a wider tradition of complex mechanical devices that have been lost to time. Some researchers speculate that the mechanism's sophistication implies the existence of a precursor tradition, possibly stretching back centuries. They suggest that the device we've discovered might be the product of an established lineage of similar instruments, each building upon the innovations of its predecessors. This theory helps explain the seemingly sudden appearance of such an advanced device in the historical record. The Newark earthworks in Ohio have long fascinated archaeologists and researchers studying ancient Native American cultures. These massive geometric earthen structures, built by the Hopewell culture approximately 2,000 years ago, continue to inspire theories about their purpose and construction methods. One prominent theory suggests the Newark earthworks served as a vast astronomical observatory. The precise alignments of certain features with lunar cycles and other celestial events indicate the builders possess sophisticated knowledge of astronomy. This theory proposes that the Hopewell people used the earthworks to track lunar movements and potentially predict eclipses, emphasizing the spiritual and practical importance of celestial observations in their society. Another theory focuses on the earthworks as a ceremonial and gathering center. The extensive scale and intricate design of the site suggest it was a place of great significance, possibly used for religious rituals, social gatherings, and trade meetings. Some researchers believe the different geometric shapes within the complex may have represented distinct clans or social groups, with the overall design serving as a physical manifestation of Hopewell cosmology and social structure. Regarding construction, archaeologists believe the Hopewell people built these enormous earthworks using simple tools like digging sticks, baskets, and animal shoulder blades as shovels. The precision of the geometric shapes implies a high level of planning and coordination. Some theories propose the use of standard units of measurement and possibly even surveying techniques to achieve such accuracy across vast distances. The sheer scale of the earthworks, covering several square miles, underscores the immense labor and organization required for their construction, hinting at a complex and well-organized society capable of mobilizing significant resources for monumental projects. The ancient site of Pumapunku in Bolivia has long been a source of fascination and puzzlement for archaeologists and researchers. This pre-Columbian archaeological site, part of the larger Tiwanaku complex, stands out for its remarkably precise and intricate stonework, which continues to challenge our understanding of ancient engineering capabilities. The stones at Pumapunku, some weighing over 100 tons, are cut with such precision that they fit together perfectly, often without the need for mortar. The level of accuracy in these cuts is so high that it rivals modern machining techniques. This precision is particularly baffling given that the site dates back to around 1,500 years ago, long before the advent of modern tools and technology. Adding to the mystery is the complexity of the stone shapes. Many blocks feature intricate and precise right angles, smooth surfaces, and complex interlocking patterns. Some stones have perfect drill holes and uniform grooves that appear to have been made with advanced machinery rather than primitive tools. These features have led some researchers to question how such work could have been accomplished with the tools and knowledge believed to be available to the ancient builders. The transportation of these massive stones also presents a puzzle. The nearest quarry is located over 10 miles away, and the site itself sits at an elevation of nearly 13,000 feet above sea level. Moving such enormous and precisely cut stones across this challenging terrain without modern equipment seems a nearly impossible feat, yet the ancient builders of Pumapunku managed to do so. This combination of advanced stonework, complex design, and logistical challenges continues to make Pumapunku a subject of intense study and speculation among researchers seeking to unravel its secrets. The underwater ruins of Pavlopetri present archaeologists with a unique set of challenges due to their submerged location off the coast of southern Greece. Unlike land-based excavations, these ancient remnants lie beneath the waves of the Mediterranean Sea, requiring specialized equipment and techniques for exploration and documentation. One of the primary difficulties stems from the constant presence of water, which limits visibility and complicates the use of traditional archaeological tools. Researchers must rely on underwater cameras, sonar technology, and diving equipment to navigate and study the site. The corrosive nature of saltwater also poses a threat to any artifacts that might be discovered, necessitating careful preservation methods. The dynamic underwater environment adds another layer of complexity. Shifting sands and currents can alter the layout of the ruins over time, potentially burying or exposing different areas of the ancient city. This constant change makes it challenging for archaeologists to maintain accurate maps and records of the site. Despite these obstacles, the underwater location of Pavlopetri has also contributed to its remarkable preservation. Submerged for thousands of years, the ruins have been protected from many of the destructive forces that typically impact land-based archaeological sites, such as erosion from wind and rain or damage from human activity. This unique preservation allows researchers to gain invaluable insights into the daily life and urban planning of this ancient Greek settlement, making the challenges of studying Pavlo-Petri well worth the effort. The advanced astronomical knowledge displayed at Chichen Itza, the ancient Mayan city in Mexico, continues to astound scientists and archaeologists. The most famous structure, El Castillo Pyramid, serves as a remarkable astronomical calendar, demonstrating the Mayans' sophisticated understanding of celestial movements. The pyramid's design incorporates precise alignments with solar events. During the spring and autumn equinoxes, the setting sun casts a shadow on the pyramid's northern stairway, creating the illusion of a serpent descending the steps. This effect, known as the descent of Kukulkan, showcases the Mayans' ability to predict and mark important astronomical occurrences. Furthermore, the pyramid's 4 sides have 91 steps each, which, when added to the top platform, total 365 steps, matching the number of days in a solar year. This design reflects the Mayans' accurate calculation of the Earth's orbit around the Sun, a feat that required centuries of careful observation and record-keeping. The Mayans also constructed an observatory called El Caracol, specifically designed for tracking celestial bodies. Its windows align with key astronomical events, such as the movements of Venus and the positions of other planets. These structures reveal that the Mayans possessed a level of astronomical knowledge that rivaled, and in some cases surpassed, that of their contemporaries in other parts of the world. The Bosnian pyramids have sparked intense debate within the archaeological community due to conflicting claims about their origin and significance. At the heart of this controversy is Semir Osmanagic, a Bosnian-American businessman who asserts that these structures are ancient pyramids built by an advanced civilization thousands of years ago. However, mainstream archaeologists and geologists strongly dispute this claim. The debate primarily centers on whether these formations are natural or artificial. Osmanagic and his supporters argue that the pyramidal shapes, apparent geometric alignments, and alleged underground tunnels indicate human construction. They propose dates ranging from 12,000 to 30,000 years ago, far predating known pyramid-building cultures. Conversely, scientific experts contend that the so-called pyramids are simply natural geological formations known as flatirons. These are common features in sedimentary landscapes formed by erosion over millions of years. They point out that the region's geology is well documented and consistent with natural processes, not artificial construction. The ongoing controversy is fueled by the potential implications of Osmanagic's claims. If true, they would revolutionize our understanding of ancient human capabilities and history. However, the lack of credible archaeological evidence and the dismissal by mainstream scientists have led many to view the Bosnian pyramids as pseudo-archaeology rather than a genuine historical site. The Blythe intaglios, massive ground drawings etched into the California desert, continue to perplex archaeologists for several reasons. These ancient geoglyphs, some measuring over 100 feet in length, depict human and animal figures that have endured for centuries. Their precise age remains uncertain, with estimates ranging from 400 to 2,000 years old. One of the primary mysteries surrounding the Blythe intaglios is their purpose. Unlike other geoglyphs that seem to have astronomical or navigational functions, the intent behind these massive figures remains unclear. Some researchers speculate they may have served ceremonial or religious purposes, while others suggest they could be territorial markers or representations of mythological beings. The identity of the creators also remains a subject of debate. While most archaeologists attribute the intaglios to indigenous peoples of the region, such as the Mojave and Quechan tribes, there is no definitive evidence linking them to a specific culture. This uncertainty is compounded by the lack of associated artifacts or structures near the site, which could provide clues about the creators and their motivations. Furthermore, the method of creation and the tools used to produce such large-scale and precise designs are not fully understood. The geoglyphs were made by scraping away the dark desert pavement to reveal lighter soil underneath. But the exact techniques and implements employed in their construction remain a topic of ongoing research and speculation among archaeologists. The Band of Holes in Peru, a mysterious series of thousands of small circular depressions carved into rock, has puzzled archaeologists and researchers for decades. Several theories have been proposed to explain its purpose and function. One prominent idea suggests that the holes were used as a form of ancient food storage. Proponents of this theory argue that the depressions could have been filled with produce and covered, creating a system of small silos to preserve food for the local population. Another hypothesis proposes that the Band of Holes served as a tax collection or accounting system for the Inca Empire. According to this theory, different groups would fill the holes with various goods as a form of tribute, allowing Inca officials to easily quantify and record contributions from different regions or communities. Some researchers have speculated that the holes might have had astronomical significance, possibly functioning as a giant calendar or observatory. This theory suggests that the placement and arrangement of the holes could have been used to track celestial movements or mark important dates in the agricultural or religious calendar of the ancient inhabitants. A more recent theory proposes that the Band of Holes was part of an ancient hydraulic system designed to purify water. This hypothesis suggests that the holes were filled with charcoal and gravel, acting as a massive water filter to provide clean water for the surrounding population. While each of these theories offers an intriguing possibility, the true purpose of the Band of Holes remains a subject of ongoing research and debate among archaeologists and historians. Researchers approach the task of deciphering the purpose of the Georgian guidestones through a combination of historical investigation, linguistic analysis, and contextual interpretation. The guidestones, erected in 1980 in Elbert County, Georgia, have puzzled scholars and the public alike with their enigmatic messages and mysterious origins. One primary method involves studying the inscriptions themselves. The stones feature text in 8 modern languages and 4 ancient scripts, presenting guidelines for rebuilding civilization after a hypothetical catastrophic event. Linguists and translators work to ensure accurate interpretations of these messages across all languages, looking for nuances or variations that might provide clues to their intended meaning. Another approach focuses on investigating the history surrounding the monument's creation. Researchers examine local records, interview residents, and follow paper trails to uncover information about the anonymous group that commissioned the guidestones. They also analyze the choice of location, the specific date of erection, and the materials used, as these factors might offer insights into the creator's motivations. Comparative analysis is yet another tool in researchers' arsenal. By examining similar monuments, apocalyptic literature, and philosophical writings from various cultures and time periods, scholars attempt to place the guidestones within a broader context of human thought and expression. This approach helps in understanding whether the monument aligns with existing ideologies or represents a unique worldview. Mount Fuji, the iconic volcano in Japan, captivates geologists with its remarkably symmetrical cone shape. This near-perfect symmetry is a rare geological feature, making Fuji stand out among volcanoes worldwide. The mountain's distinctive form results from a precise balance of volcanic processes over thousands of years. The volcano's symmetry stems from its consistent eruption pattern and the even distribution of volcanic materials. As Fuji erupts, it expels ash, lava, and other volcanic debris in a uniform manner around its central vent. This consistent dispersal of materials has gradually built up the mountain's sides at an almost identical angle in all directions, creating its famous conical shape. Geologists are particularly intrigued by how Mount Fuji has maintained this symmetry despite external factors that typically erode or deform volcanoes. The mountain's resilience to weathering, erosion, and tectonic forces is remarkable. This preservation of form provides valuable insights into the underlying geological processes and the volcano's eruptive history. Furthermore, Mount Fuji's symmetry offers clues about the stability of the Earth beneath it. The even distribution of weight and lack of significant deformation suggest a stable foundation, which is unusual for a volcano of its size. This stability, combined with its aesthetic appeal, makes Mount Fuji a subject of ongoing geological study and admiration. The Chocolate Hills in the Philippines are a geological wonder that has intrigued scientists for decades. These unique formations consist of over 1,000 perfectly cone-shaped hills spread across the landscape of Bohol Island. Their distinctive appearance has led researchers to investigate their origins and composition. Geologists have determined that the Chocolate Hills are primarily made of limestone, a sedimentary rock formed from the remains of marine organisms. This limestone was deposited on the seafloor millions of years ago when the area was submerged beneath an ancient ocean. Over time, tectonic forces pushed the seafloor upward, exposing the limestone to the air and beginning the process of erosion. The cone-like shape of the hills is attributed to a process called karst formation. As rainwater, which is slightly acidic, fell on the limestone, it slowly dissolved the rock, creating cracks and fissures. This process, occurring over millions of years, gradually wore away the surrounding areas, leaving behind the more resistant portions as conical hills. The uniform shape of the hills is believed to result from a combination of factors, including the consistent composition of the limestone and the region's relatively uniform climate conditions over time. During dry seasons, the grass covering the hills turns brown, giving them a chocolate-like appearance and inspiring their name. This geological phenomenon serves as a testament to the Earth's ability to create extraordinary landscapes through slow, persistent natural processes. The Eye of the Sahara, also known as the Richat structure, has puzzled scientists for decades. This circular feature, spanning about 40 kilometers in diameter, is visible from space and resembles a giant bullseye in the Sahara Desert of Mauritania. Several theories have been proposed to explain its formation, each offering a unique perspective on this geological wonder. One prominent theory suggests that the Eye of the Sahara is the result of a deeply eroded geologic dome. This explanation posits that the structure formed when a pocket of magma pushed up from below but did not break through the surface. Over millions of years, erosion gradually wore away the softer rock layers, revealing the circular pattern we see today. This theory is supported by the presence of igneous and sedimentary rocks in the structure. Another hypothesis proposes that the Richat structure could be the remnant of an ancient impact crater. However, this theory has largely fallen out of favor among geologists. The lack of evidence for shock metamorphism, which is typically associated with meteorite impacts, makes this explanation less likely. Additionally, the perfectly circular shape is atypical for impact craters, which are usually more irregular. A more recent theory suggests that the Eye of the Sahara might be the result of a massive hydrothermal explosion. This explanation proposes that superheated steam and gases built up beneath the surface, eventually bursting through in a colossal eruption. The circular pattern could have been created by the outward force of the explosion, followed by subsequent erosion. While intriguing, this theory requires further investigation to be fully accepted by the scientific community. The magnetic hill phenomenon, found at locations like Magnetic Hill in New Brunswick, Canada, creates a fascinating optical illusion that often leaves visitors scratching their heads in wonder. This perplexing experience occurs when a slight downhill slope appears to be an uphill slope, causing objects like cars to seemingly roll uphill against gravity. The illusion is so convincing that many visitors initially believe some mysterious magnetic force is at work, pulling vehicles up the hill. In reality, the effect is caused by a clever trick of perspective. The surrounding landscape obscures the true horizon line, making it difficult for our brains to accurately judge the slope of the road. What makes this phenomenon even more intriguing is how it challenges our innate sense of spatial awareness. Humans generally rely on visual cues from the environment to determine elevation changes. At magnetic hills, these cues are distorted, leading our brains to misinterpret the actual topography. This disconnect between what we see and what we expect can create a sense of wonder and disbelief. The magnetic hill illusion serves as a powerful reminder of how easily our perception can be fooled. It highlights the complex relationship between our visual system and our understanding of the physical world, demonstrating that even something as fundamental as the direction of a slope can be misinterpreted under the right conditions. The rock formations of Zhangjiajie National Forest Park in China are a testament to the extraordinary power of nature over vast stretches of time. These towering pillars of quartz sandstone rise dramatically from the misty forests below, creating a landscape that seems almost otherworldly. What makes these formations truly unique is their sheer number and concentration. Over 3,000 sandstone pillars and peaks fill the park, some reaching heights of more than 1,000 meters. The distinctive shape of these pillars is the result of physical erosion over millions of years. The area was once an ancient seabed, which gradually rose due to tectonic activity. As the land lifted, cracks formed in the quartz sandstone. Water seeped into these cracks, slowly eroding the softer rock and leaving behind the harder quartz formations. This process, combined with freeze-thaw cycles and the lush vegetation that grows on and around the pillars, has sculpted the breathtaking landscape we see today. The composition of the rock itself contributes to the uniqueness of Zhangjiajie. The quartz sandstone is particularly resistant to erosion, allowing these slender pillars to maintain their impressive height and distinctive shapes. The subtropical climate of the region, with its high humidity and frequent rainfall, has also played a crucial role in shaping these formations, creating an environment where erosion is constant but gradual. Adding to the allure of Zhangjiajie is the interplay between the stone pillars and the surrounding ecosystem. Lush forests carpet the ground between the towers, while tenacious trees and plants cling to the sides and tops of the pillars themselves. This combination of stark stone and vibrant greenery creates a visual spectacle that has captured the imagination of visitors from around the world, even inspiring the floating mountains in the film Avatar. The balanced rocks at Matobo National Park in Zimbabwe have fascinated scientists and visitors alike for centuries. These remarkable formations, where massive boulders seem to defy gravity by perching precariously atop one another, are the result of a complex interplay of geological processes over millions of years. Geologists explain that these balanced rocks, also known as balancing rocks or rock stacks, are primarily the product of erosion. The process begins with the weathering of granite, the predominant rock type in the Matobo area. Over time, water seeps into cracks and crevices in the granite, gradually widening them through a combination of physical and chemical weathering. As erosion continues, the softer layers of rock beneath the surface wear away more quickly than the harder outer layers. This differential erosion creates unusual shapes, leaving behind harder, more resistant rock formations. The resulting boulders often appear to be delicately balanced on small contact points, when in reality they are the remnants of much larger rock masses. Experts also point out that the unique climate and weather patterns of the Matobo region play a crucial role in shaping these formations. The area experiences distinct wet and dry seasons, which contribute to the weathering process. Additionally, the relatively low seismic activity in the region has allowed these seemingly precarious formations to remain intact for thousands of years, further adding to their mystique and scientific interest. The Baalbek Trilithon in Lebanon has been a source of fascination and debate for centuries. This ancient wonder consists of 3 enormous stone blocks, each weighing approximately 1,000 tons, precisely fitted together in the foundation of the Temple of Jupiter. The controversy surrounding their origin stems from several factors that challenge our understanding of ancient engineering capabilities. Firstly, the sheer size and weight of these megaliths pose significant questions about how they were transported and lifted into place. The largest known stone block, called the Stone of the South, weighs an estimated 1,200 tons. Moving and positioning such massive stones would be a formidable task, even with modern technology, let alone with the tools available in antiquity. Another point of contention is the precision with which these stones were cut and fitted together. The blocks are so perfectly aligned that it is nearly impossible to insert even a thin blade between them. This level of accuracy has led some to question whether ancient civilizations possessed advanced technologies or knowledge that has since been lost. The debate is further fueled by the lack of historical records detailing the construction methods used at Baalbek. While the site was certainly an important religious center in Roman times, the exact age and origin of the trilithon remain uncertain. Some researchers argue that the foundation stones predate the Roman temple, suggesting they were part of an earlier, unknown civilization. This mystery has given rise to various alternative theories, including extraterrestrial involvement, though such claims are not supported by mainstream archaeology. The moving rocks of Racetrack Playa in Death Valley continue to captivate scientists and nature enthusiasts alike. These mysterious stones, some weighing hundreds of pounds, leave long trails behind them as they seemingly glide across the dry lakebed. For decades, their movement puzzled researchers, sparking numerous theories and investigations. While the primary mechanism behind the rock movement was discovered in 2014, scientists still study this phenomenon for several reasons. Firstly, the specific conditions required for the rocks to move are rare and difficult to observe directly. Researchers aim to better understand how often these conditions occur and how they might be affected by climate change. Moreover, the rocks serve as natural markers for studying erosion and sediment movement in this unique environment. By tracking the rocks and their trails over time, scientists can gain insights into the subtle changes occurring on the playa surface. This information is valuable for understanding similar geological processes in other parts of the world, including potential analogues on other planets. Lastly, the moving rocks of Racetrack Playa offer an excellent opportunity to study the intersection of geology, physics, and meteorology. As we continue to refine our understanding of this phenomenon, we may uncover new insights about the complex interactions between wind, water, ice, and rock in extreme environments. This knowledge could have applications in fields ranging from planetary science to materials engineering. The Giant's Causeway, located on the north coast of Northern Ireland, has been the subject of several scientific theories regarding its formation. The most widely accepted explanation is that this remarkable geological feature was created by volcanic activity during the Paleogene period, approximately 60 million years ago. According to geologists, the causeway formed as a result of intense volcanic eruptions that covered the area in molten basalt. As this lava cooled and solidified, it contracted and fractured in a distinctive pattern, creating the hexagonal columns we see today. This process, known as columnar jointing, is responsible for the causeway's unique appearance. Some researchers have proposed that the specific environmental conditions at the time played a crucial role in shaping the causeway. They suggest that the rate of cooling and the composition of the lava influenced the size and regularity of the columns. The interaction between the cooling lava and the underlying chalk beds may have also contributed to the formation of the distinctive patterns. While these scientific explanations are now widely accepted, it is worth noting that for centuries, local folklore attributed the causeway's creation to the legendary Irish giant Finn McCool. This myth illustrates how extraordinary natural phenomena often inspired imaginative explanations before scientific understanding developed. The blood falls in Antarctica present a striking visual phenomenon that has intrigued scientists for decades. These vibrant red cascades flowing from the Taylor Glacier are not actually blood, but rather the result of a unique geological and biological process. Researchers have discovered that the source of the blood falls is an ancient saltwater lake trapped beneath the glacier for millions of years. This subglacial lake is rich in iron and other minerals, which have been slowly leaching from the surrounding bedrock over time. When this iron-rich water comes into contact with oxygen at the surface, it rapidly oxidizes, creating the distinctive rust-red color that gives the falls their name. The extreme conditions within the subglacial lake have also given rise to a remarkable ecosystem of microorganisms. These hardy bacteria have adapted to survive in an environment devoid of light and oxygen, using sulfate as a catalyst to respire and obtain energy from the iron compounds. Their metabolic processes contribute to the unique chemical composition of the water and play a role in maintaining its liquid state despite the freezing temperatures. The blood falls serve as a window into the hidden world beneath Antarctica's ice, offering valuable insights into potential life in extreme environments both on Earth and possibly on other planets. This natural wonder continues to captivate scientists, providing a unique opportunity to study ancient microbial communities and the complex interactions between geology, biology, and climate in one of the most remote places on our planet. The collapse of the Mayan civilization continues to puzzle historians due to its rapid and widespread nature. This advanced society, which had thrived for over 2,000 years, experienced a dramatic decline between 800 and 1000 CE. What makes this event particularly mysterious is the lack of a single, clear cause that can fully explain the downfall of such a sophisticated and well-established culture. Several factors have been proposed to contribute to the Mayan collapse, but none alone seem sufficient to account for the scale and speed of the decline. Environmental issues, such as prolonged drought and deforestation, likely played a role, but it remains unclear why the Maya were unable to adapt to these challenges as they had done in the past. Some scholars suggest that warfare and political instability may have escalated, leading to the abandonment of major cities, but evidence for large-scale conflicts is limited. The mystery deepens when considering the uneven nature of the collapse across different Mayan regions. While some areas experienced rapid depopulation and abandonment of urban centers, others continued to thrive for centuries. This inconsistency makes it difficult for historians to develop a comprehensive explanation that applies to the entire Mayan world. Adding to the enigma is the scarcity of written records from the period of collapse. The Maya were known for their extensive documentation, yet few accounts survive that shed light on the events and conditions of this critical time. This lack of primary sources forces researchers to rely heavily on archaeological evidence, which can be open to various interpretations. The combination of these factors ensures that the sudden collapse of the Mayan civilization remains a captivating mystery, continually drawing the attention of historians and archaeologists seeking to unravel its complexities. The rapid decline of the Indus Valley civilization has puzzled experts for decades, leading to several theories that attempt to explain this mysterious downfall. One prominent hypothesis focuses on environmental changes, particularly shifts in the monsoon patterns that were crucial for agriculture in the region. Some researchers suggest that a prolonged drought may have severely impacted crop yields, leading to food shortages and social upheaval. Another explanation points to the possibility of catastrophic flooding. The Indus River, which was central to the civilization, may have changed its course or experienced extreme flooding events, potentially destroying cities and agricultural lands. This theory is supported by evidence of thick layers of silt found in some Indus Valley sites. Experts have also considered the role of climate change on a broader scale. A gradual drying of the region over centuries could have made it increasingly difficult to sustain large urban populations, forcing people to abandon cities in search of more fertile lands. This gradual decline might explain why no clear signs of violent conquest have been found at many Indus sites. Some researchers propose that internal social or political factors contributed to the civilization's downfall. These could include conflicts between different groups within the society, a breakdown of trade networks, or the inability of the centralized system to adapt to changing environmental conditions. While no single theory fully explains the rapid decline, it is likely that a combination of these factors led to the eventual collapse of this once thriving civilization. The disappearance of the Roanoke colony remains one of America's most enduring mysteries. Several theories attempt to explain what happened to the settlers who vanished without a trace in the late 16th century. One prominent theory suggests that the colonists integrated with local Native American tribes. This idea is supported by reports of European-looking natives with grey eyes seen in the area years after the colony's disappearance. Some historians believe the settlers may have sought refuge with friendly indigenous groups when faced with hardship. Another theory proposes that the colonists attempted to return to England but were lost at sea. This explanation accounts for the complete absence of remains or clear evidence of their fate on land. However, no records exist of any ships rescuing a large group of colonists during that period. Some researchers speculate that the settlers fell victim to hostile Native American tribes or Spanish raiders. This theory is based on the tense relationships between colonists and some indigenous groups, as well as Spain's opposition to English colonization efforts. However, the lack of physical evidence of a violent confrontation challenges this idea. As research continues, historians and archaeologists hope to uncover new clues that might finally solve the mystery of the lost colony of Roanoke. The enduring mystery of the Mary Celeste has captivated researchers and the public for over a century. This merchant ship was discovered adrift in the Atlantic Ocean in 1872, completely abandoned but otherwise in good condition. The fate of its 10 crew members remains unknown to this day, fueling speculation and debate among maritime historians and mystery enthusiasts alike. What makes this case particularly puzzling is the lack of clear evidence pointing to any specific cause for the abandonment. The ship was found with ample provisions, the crew's personal belongings were untouched, and there were no signs of violence or struggle. This absence of obvious clues has led to numerous theories, ranging from natural phenomena to more fantastical explanations, but none have been conclusively proven. Adding to the intrigue is the ship's logbook, which was found on board but provided no explanation for the crew's disappearance. The final entry, made just 9 days before the ship was discovered, gave no indication of any impending danger or unusual circumstances. This has left researchers with a significant gap in the timeline, making it challenging to reconstruct the events that led to the abandonment. The Mary Celeste case continues to fascinate because it represents a perfect storm of unanswered questions. The combination of a well-preserved ship, missing crew, and lack of definitive evidence has created a historical puzzle that seems to defy logical explanation. As new technologies and investigative techniques emerge, researchers remain hopeful that they might finally unravel the secrets of this maritime mystery. Coral Castle in Florida stands as a testament to human ingenuity and mystery. This remarkable structure was single-handedly built by Edward Leedskalnin, a Latvian immigrant, over the course of 28 years. What makes Coral Castle truly enigmatic is the sheer scale of the project and the methods used in its construction. The castle is composed of massive coral rock blocks, some weighing up to 30 tons. Leedskalnin, who stood just over 5 feet tall and weighed only 100 pounds, somehow managed to quarry, transport, and precisely position these enormous stones without the use of modern machinery. Even more baffling is that he worked primarily at night, away from prying eyes, and claimed to know the secrets used to build the ancient pyramids. Adding to the mystery is the purpose behind Coral Castle. Leedskalnin dedicated the structure to his lost love, who had cancelled their wedding just 1 day before the ceremony. He never fully explained his techniques or motivations, leading to widespread speculation about supernatural abilities or advanced knowledge of magnetism and leverage. The precision of the stonework is another source of wonder. The castle features a 9-ton gate that can be opened with just a gentle push, thanks to its perfect balance. This level of engineering precision, achieved by a man with only a 4th-grade education, continues to baffle experts and visitors alike. making Coral Castle an enduring enigma in the realm of architectural mysteries. The preserved bodies discovered in the Tarim Basin of China have fascinated scientists for decades. These remarkably well-preserved mummies, some dating back over 4,000 years, owe their exceptional condition to the unique environmental factors of the region. The Tarim Basin, located in the Xinjiang region of northwest China, is characterized by its extremely dry and salty conditions, which have acted as natural preservatives for these ancient remains. The arid climate of the Tarim Basin plays a crucial role in the preservation process. With very little rainfall and low humidity, the bodies were effectively dehydrated soon after burial, preventing the growth of bacteria and fungi that typically cause decomposition. The salt-rich soil of the region further enhanced this preservation by drawing moisture out of the bodies and creating an inhospitable environment for microorganisms. Another factor contributing to the exceptional preservation is the burial method used by the ancient inhabitants of the region. Many of the bodies were found in boat-shaped wooden coffins covered with cattle hides. These materials, combined with the natural mummification process, help protect the remains from external elements and pests. Scientists have also noted that some of the mummies show signs of intentional preservation techniques, such as the application of herbs and other plant materials. This suggests that the ancient people of the Tarim Basin may have had some understanding of preservation methods and actively sought to protect their dead from decay. The combination of these intentional practices and the fortuitous environmental conditions has resulted in an extraordinary glimpse into the past, allowing researchers to study not only the physical characteristics, but also the clothing, belongings, and even the diets of these ancient individuals. The Voynich manuscript continues to spark intense debate among scholars and enthusiasts due to its enigmatic nature and resistance to decipherment. This mysterious tome, dating back to the early 15th century, contains strange illustrations of unknown plants, astronomical diagrams, and text written in an undeciphered script that has baffled experts for centuries. The ongoing debate centers around several key aspects of the manuscript. First, the purpose of the document remains unclear. Some argue it could be a medical treatise, while others suggest it might be an alchemical text or even an elaborate hoax. The unusual illustrations, which depict unidentifiable plants and celestial objects, further fuel speculation about its intended use. Another point of contention is the origin of the manuscript. While carbon dating places its creation in the early 1400s, the identity of its author and the culture that produced it remain unknown. This lack of contextual information makes it challenging to determine the true purpose of the work. The inability to decipher the text adds another layer of mystery. Despite numerous attempts by linguists, cryptographers, and computer scientists, the script has resisted all efforts at translation. This persistent indecipherability leads some to question whether the text contains any meaningful information at all, while others remain convinced that it holds valuable knowledge waiting to be unlocked. The mystery of Amelia Earhart's disappearance continues to captivate us more than 8 decades after her final flight. Despite numerous expeditions and investigations, a definitive explanation remains elusive due to a combination of factors that have hindered efforts to uncover the truth. One significant challenge is the vast search area in the Pacific Ocean, where Earhart and her navigator, Fred Noonan, are believed to have vanished. The region spans thousands of square miles of open water and remote islands, making thorough exploration logistically difficult and extremely costly. The passage of time has also complicated matters, as potential evidence may have been lost or degraded due to natural processes and human activity. Adding to the complexity are conflicting theories and inconsistent eyewitness accounts. Some believe Earhart crashed and sank in the ocean, while others suggest she may have landed on an uninhabited island and survived for a time. The lack of conclusive physical evidence to support any single theory has led to ongoing debate and speculation among researchers and enthusiasts. Technological limitations of the 1930s also play a role in the enduring mystery. The aircraft's radio equipment and navigation tools were primitive by modern standards, making it challenging to pinpoint Earhart's exact location at the time of her disappearance. This uncertainty has led to a wide range of possible scenarios, each supported by different interpretations of the available data and historical records. The Phaistos disk, discovered in 1908 on the Greek island of Crete, remains one of archaeology's most intriguing mysteries. This clay disk, dating back to the Bronze Age, features a spiral of stamped symbols that continue to baffle researchers and spark numerous theories about its origin and purpose. One prominent theory suggests the disk serves as an ancient form of writing, possibly representing a unique script or language. Some scholars propose it might be an early example of movable type printing, predating Gutenberg's invention by thousands of years. Others speculate it could be a calendar, a religious text, or even a board game. A controversial theory posits that the disk might be a sophisticated astronomical tool used to track celestial movements or predict eclipses. Some researchers have drawn parallels between the disk's symbols and constellations, though this interpretation remains highly debated in academic circles. Skeptics have also proposed that the Phaistos disk could be an elaborate hoax, though most experts reject this notion based on the disk's archaeological context and the complexity of its design. Despite decades of study, the true purpose of this enigmatic artifact remains elusive, continuing to fuel scholarly debate and capture the public imagination. The Piri Reis map, created in 1512 by Ottoman admiral and cartographer Piri Reis, has puzzled researchers for centuries due to its apparent advanced geographical knowledge. This map, which shows parts of South America, Africa, and even Antarctica, seems to contain information that was not widely known at the time of its creation. One explanation researchers propose is that Piri Reis had access to now lost ancient maps and sources. He claimed to have used about 20 maps and charts as references, including some dating back to the time of Alexander the Great. This suggests that ancient civilizations might have possessed more advanced cartographic knowledge than previously thought. Another theory is that the map's accuracy is partly coincidental or the result of misinterpretation. Some researchers argue that what appears to be Antarctica might actually be a distorted representation of South America's coast, or even the mythical Terra Australis Incognita, a hypothetical southern landmass. Some more controversial explanations involve the idea of advanced ancient civilizations or even extraterrestrial influence. However, most mainstream researchers dismiss these theories, focusing instead on the possibility of lost historical sources and the cartographic techniques available during the early 16th century. The ongoing debate surrounding the Piri Reis map continues to intrigue historians and cartographers, highlighting the complexities of understanding historical scientific achievements. Lake Vostok, hidden beneath nearly 4 kilometers of Antarctic ice, presents a truly extraordinary ecosystem unlike any other on Earth. This massive subglacial lake has been isolated from the rest of the world for millions of years, creating a time capsule of ancient microbial life. The extreme pressure, complete darkness, and ultra-low nutrient levels in Lake Vostok have led to the evolution of uniquely adapted microorganisms. These life forms have developed special mechanisms to survive in an environment with oxygen levels 50 times higher than those found in typical freshwater lakes. Some scientists believe these microbes might use alternative energy sources, such as chemical compounds from hydrothermal vents, to sustain themselves. The lake's isolation has also protected it from external contamination, making it one of the most pristine water bodies on our planet. This purity allows researchers to study microbial communities that have been evolving independently for millennia, potentially offering insights into how life might exist in similar environments on other worlds, such as the ice-covered moons of Jupiter and Saturn. The unique conditions in Lake Vostok have created an ecosystem that serves as a window into Earth's past and a potential model for extraterrestrial life. As scientists continue to study this hidden world, they uncover new mysteries and expand our understanding of life's adaptability in extreme environments. The mysterious vanishing and reappearing acts of Lake Cache 2 in Chilean Patagonia have captivated scientists and observers alike. This phenomenon is closely linked to the behavior of glaciers and the unique geography of the region. Lake Cache 2 is formed by meltwater from the Colonia Glacier, part of the northern Patagonian icefield. The cyclical disappearance of the lake is caused by a process known as glacial lake outburst flooding. As the glacier retreats due to warming temperatures, it creates a natural dam that holds back the lake waters. However, this dam is not stable and can suddenly rupture under the immense pressure of the accumulated water. When the ice dam breaks, it triggers a catastrophic drainage event. In a matter of hours, the entire lake, containing billions of liters of water, rushes out through tunnels beneath the glacier. This rapid outflow can cause the water level to drop by up to 30 meters, leaving behind an empty lakebed dotted with icebergs. The lake then gradually refills as meltwater from the glacier and surrounding snowfields flows back into the basin. This process can take several months, during which time the ice dam reforms. Once the lake is full again, the cycle is primed to repeat itself. Scientists monitor these events closely as they provide valuable insights into the impacts of climate change on glacial systems and the potential hazards posed to downstream communities. Lake Hillier in Australia has captivated scientists and visitors alike with its striking pink hue. Several theories attempt to explain the origin of this unusual coloration. One prominent hypothesis suggests that the lake's color stems from the presence of Dunaliella salina, a species of halophilic green microalgae. These microorganisms produce beta-carotene, a reddish pigment that may contribute to the lake's rosy tint. Another theory proposes that the pink color results from a combination of microorganisms, including certain species of archaea and bacteria. These microbes thrive in the lake's hypersaline environment and may produce pigments as part of their survival strategy. Some researchers believe that a specific type of bacteria called halobacteria, known for their pink to red pigmentation, could play a significant role in creating the lake's unique hue. The high salt content of Lake Hillier is also thought to be a crucial factor in its coloration. The lake's salinity, which is comparable to that of the Dead Sea, creates an environment where only specialized organisms can survive. This extreme salinity might enhance the production of pigments by the resident microorganisms, intensifying the lake's pink appearance. Interestingly, some scientists have suggested that chemical reactions between the salt and other minerals in the lake could contribute to its color. The presence of iron oxide or other mineral compounds might interact with the microorganisms and salt, further influencing the lake's distinctive pink shade. Despite these theories, the exact mechanism behind Lake Hillier's coloration remains a subject of ongoing research and scientific curiosity. Lake Nyos in Cameroon harbors a deadly secret beneath its calm surface. This seemingly tranquil body of water is actually a crater lake, sitting atop a pocket of magma, which continuously releases carbon dioxide into the lake's depths. The immense pressure at the bottom of the lake forces the gas to dissolve into the water, creating a highly concentrated layer of carbonated liquid. What makes Lake Nyos truly dangerous is its potential for limnic eruptions. These rare geological events occur when the lake's delicate balance is disturbed, causing the dissolved carbon dioxide to suddenly erupt from the water like a shaken soda bottle. The result is a massive, invisible cloud of carbon dioxide that can suffocate everything in its path. In 1986, Lake Nyos unleashed such an eruption, releasing a cloud of carbon dioxide that killed over 1,700 people and countless animals in nearby villages. The gas, being heavier than air, flowed down valleys and suffocated victims in their sleep, leaving a trail of silent devastation. Scientists now closely monitor Lake Nyos and have implemented measures to gradually release the built-up carbon dioxide, reducing the risk of future catastrophes. However, The lake remains a stark reminder of the hidden dangers that can lurk in seemingly peaceful natural wonders, and the importance of understanding and respecting the powerful forces at work beneath the Earth's surface. The underwater river in Cenote Angelita, Mexico, presents a truly mind-bending sight for divers. This extraordinary phenomenon occurs about 30 meters below the surface of the cenote, where a distinct layer of water appears to flow like a river through the surrounding clear water. What makes this underwater river so perplexing is its seemingly impossible nature. Divers can see what looks like riverbanks, fallen leaves, and even trees along the edges of this flowing water, all while being completely submerged. The illusion is so convincing that divers often report feeling as if they are flying above a river in the air rather than swimming in water. The secret behind this underwater river lies in a unique interaction between fresh and salt water. The top layer of the cenote is fresh water, while the bottom layer is salt water. Between these two layers, a third layer forms, consisting of hydrogen sulfide and other decomposed organic matter. This layer is much denser than the surrounding water, causing it to sink and flow like a river along the bottom of the cenote. The perplexing nature of this underwater river challenges our perception of what is possible beneath the surface. It serves as a reminder of the complex and often surprising ways in which different substances can interact in nature, creating phenomena that seem to defy our understanding of the underwater world. The Cano Cristales River in Colombia, often called the River of Five Colors or Liquid Rainbow, is indeed a remarkable natural wonder. However, it's important to clarify that the river itself is not perfectly circular. The misconception about its shape likely stems from confusion with other geological features or misinterpretation of aerial images. Cano Cristales is actually a relatively straight river that flows through the Serranía de la Macarena mountain range. Its fame comes from the vibrant colors displayed during certain months of the year, caused by a unique aquatic plant called Macarenia clavigera. This plant turns bright red under specific conditions, contrasting beautifully with the blue water, green algae, and yellow and black sand. The river's course is shaped by the local geology, following natural contours and erosion patterns typical of rivers in mountainous regions. Any circular patterns seen in the area are more likely to be related to surrounding geological formations or perhaps circular pools formed by water erosion along the river's path. Experts studying Cano Cristales focus more on its unique ecosystem and the conditions that create its famous colors rather than explaining any supposed circular shape. The river's true wonder lies in its biodiversity and the delicate balance of conditions that produce its stunning visual display, making it a subject of interest for both scientists and nature enthusiasts alike. The debate about the true source of the Amazon River stems from the complex nature of river systems and the challenges in defining what constitutes a river's origin. Several factors contribute to this ongoing discussion among geographers and hydrologists. One key issue is the definition of a river's source. Some argue that the source should be the most distant point from the river's mouth, while others contend it should be the point with the highest elevation or the tributary that contributes the most water. In the case of the Amazon, different tributaries meet these criteria, leading to competing claims. The remote and rugged terrain of the Andes Mountains, where the Amazon's headwaters are located, has made it difficult to conduct thorough surveys and measurements. This geographical challenge has led to conflicting reports and incomplete data, further fueling the debate. Historical and cultural factors also play a role. Different expeditions and researchers have made claims about the Amazon's source over the years, sometimes influenced by national pride or the desire for scientific recognition. These varying accounts have contributed to the ongoing discussion about the river's true origin, making it a subject of continued exploration and study. The mysterious water level changes in Lake Angikuni, located in the remote Nunavut territory of Canada, continue to perplex scientists and locals alike. This remote freshwater lake, nestled in the harsh Arctic landscape, has exhibited sudden and dramatic fluctuations in its water levels that defy conventional explanations. Typically, lake water levels change gradually due to factors such as precipitation, evaporation, and groundwater inflow. However, Lake Anjikuni has been observed to rise or fall by several feet within a matter of hours or days, a phenomenon that cannot be attributed to normal environmental processes. Some theories propose that underground channels or caverns might be responsible for the rapid water level changes, allowing large volumes of water to flow in or out of the lake quickly. Others suggest that seismic activity or shifts in the permafrost could be altering the lake's basin, affecting its capacity. However, none of these hypotheses have been conclusively proven. The lake's remote location and harsh Arctic conditions have made it challenging for researchers to conduct thorough, long-term studies of this phenomenon. As a result, the sudden water level changes in Lake Anjikuni remain one of Canada's enduring geological mysteries, inviting continued speculation and scientific inquiry. The door to hell, also known as the Darvaza gas crater, has sparked numerous theories about its formation. The most widely accepted explanation traces its origins to a Soviet-era geological expedition in 1971. According to this account, Soviet scientists were drilling for oil in the Karakum Desert when they accidentally punctured a large underground natural gas cavern. The drilling rig collapsed into the newly formed crater, prompting concerns about the release of potentially dangerous gases. To prevent the spread of toxic fumes, geologists decided to set the gas on fire, expecting it to burn out within a few weeks. However, the flames have continued to burn for over 5 decades, fueled by the vast natural gas reserves beneath the Turkmen Desert. This persistent combustion has led to the site's dramatic nickname and its status as an unusual geological phenomenon. Some researchers have proposed alternative theories, suggesting that the crater might have formed due to a meteor impact or underground volcanic activity. However, these hypotheses lack substantial evidence and are generally dismissed by the scientific community. The absence of characteristic impact structures or volcanic formations in the surrounding area further supports the human-induced origin of the door to hell. The ongoing combustion at the site has attracted significant scientific interest, with researchers studying the unique extremophile bacteria that have adapted to live in the crater's intense heat. These studies contribute to our understanding of life in extreme environments and may have implications for the search for life on other planets with harsh conditions. The blood falls in Antarctica present a striking and unusual natural phenomenon that has intrigued scientists for decades. These bright red waterfalls cascading from the Taylor Glacier appear as if the ice itself is bleeding, creating a stark contrast against the white and blue landscape. Researchers have discovered that the source of this crimson flow is an ancient, subglacial lake trapped beneath the ice for millions of years. This lake is extremely salty and rich in iron, which oxidizes when it comes into contact with the air, giving the water its distinctive red hue. The high salt content prevents the water from freezing, allowing it to flow out through cracks in the glacier. The ecosystem within this subglacial lake is of particular interest to scientists. Despite being cut off from the atmosphere for millions of years, with no light or heat, the lake contains microbial life. These microorganisms have adapted to survive in extreme conditions, using sulfate as a catalyst to respire with ferric iron and metabolize trace amounts of organic matter trapped with them long ago. This unique environment serves as a valuable analog for potential life in extreme conditions elsewhere in the universe, such as beneath the ice sheets of Mars or on the moons of Jupiter and Saturn. The blood falls thus offer insights not only into Earth's geological and biological history, but also into the potential for life in seemingly inhospitable environments beyond our planet. Crop circles have puzzled researchers for decades, with their intricate designs and mysterious origins sparking intense debate. These large-scale patterns found in fields of wheat, barley, and other crops continue to appear around the world, often overnight and without clear explanation. One aspect that baffles researchers is the sheer complexity and precision of many crop circle designs. Some formations feature intricate geometric patterns, mathematical ratios, and even representations of complex scientific concepts. The level of detail and accuracy in these designs seems to defy simple human creation, especially given the time constraints and darkness under which many appear. Another perplexing factor is the physical anomalies often found within crop circles. Researchers have reported unusual electromagnetic readings, changes in soil composition, and alterations to plant structures that are difficult to explain through conventional means. Some plants within the formations show signs of rapid heating or bending that cannot be easily replicated by mechanical tools. Despite numerous attempts to debunk the phenomenon, including some individuals claiming responsibility for creating crop circles, many formations remain unexplained. The continued appearance of these enigmatic designs, often in locations with no easy access or under close observation, keeps researchers searching for answers and fuels ongoing speculation about their true origins and significance. Scientists approach the study of unidentified aerial phenomena with rigorous methodology and skepticism. They analyze reported sightings, gather data from multiple sources, and seek rational explanations based on known natural and human-made phenomena. One key approach involves examining alternative explanations for these sightings. Scientists consider factors such as misidentified conventional aircraft, atmospheric phenomena, optical illusions, and even psychological factors that might influence perception and memory. They also investigate the possibility of experimental military technology or drones that could account for some observations. Advanced sensor technologies play a crucial role in modern investigations. Scientists use radar systems, infrared cameras, and other sophisticated equipment to capture data on these phenomena. This allows for more objective analysis and helps separate genuine anomalies from easily explainable events. Collaboration between different scientific disciplines is essential in this field. Astronomers, physicists, meteorologists, and psychologists work together to provide comprehensive explanations. This multidisciplinary approach ensures that various aspects of these phenomena are thoroughly examined, from their physical characteristics to the human factors involved in observation and reporting. Ball lightning remains one of the most enigmatic and controversial phenomena in atmospheric physics. This rare and mysterious form of lightning appears as glowing, floating spheres that can persist for several seconds or even minutes, defying our current understanding of electrical discharges in the atmosphere. Several theories attempt to explain the nature and origin of ball lightning. One prominent hypothesis suggests that ball lightning forms when lightning strikes the ground, vaporizing silicon in soil and creating a floating ball of glowing silicon nanoparticles. This theory accounts for the object's ability to pass through small openings and its occasional scorching effects on surfaces. Another proposed explanation involves the creation of a plasma bubble, where air molecules become ionized and emit light. Some researchers speculate that microwave radiation trapped within this plasma sphere could explain the prolonged duration and stability of ball lightning. Alternative theories propose that ball lightning might be a miniature black hole or a manifestation of dark matter interacting with our atmosphere. Despite numerous eyewitness accounts throughout history, the scientific community has struggled to study ball lightning due to its unpredictable and fleeting nature. As technology advances, researchers hope to capture more reliable data on this elusive phenomenon, potentially unlocking the secrets behind one of nature's most baffling electrical displays. The WOW signal, detected by astronomer Jerry Eman at Ohio State University's Big Ear radio telescope in 1977, continues to intrigue scientists and remains one of the most compelling potential signs of extraterrestrial intelligence ever recorded. This powerful narrowband radio signal lasted for 72 seconds and was 30 times stronger than the background noise. leading Eamon to famously write "wow" on the printout. What makes the wow signal particularly puzzling is its uniqueness and the inability to explain it through known celestial phenomena or human-made sources. The signal's frequency was near the hydrogen line, a frequency scientists believe extraterrestrial civilizations might use for communication due to its importance in astronomy. Despite numerous attempts, researchers have never been able to detect the signal again, adding to its mystery. Several hypotheses have been proposed to explain the WOW signal, including a passing comet, a natural anomaly, or an actual extraterrestrial transmission. However, none of these explanations fully account for all the observed characteristics of the signal. The comet hypothesis, for instance, has been largely dismissed as the proposed comets were not in the right position at the time of the signal's detection. The inability to replicate or explain the WOW signal highlights the challenges in the search for extraterrestrial intelligence. It serves as a reminder of how much we have yet to understand about the universe and the potential for intelligent life beyond Earth. As technology advances and our methods for searching for extraterrestrial signals improve, scientists continue to investigate this enigmatic event, hoping to one day unravel its origins and significance. The Georgia Guidestones have been a source of intrigue and controversy since their erection in 1980. These massive granite slabs, often called America's Stonehenge, were commissioned by a mysterious individual using the pseudonym R.C. Christian. The true identity of this person remains unknown to this day, fueling speculation and conspiracy theories about the monument's origins. The controversy surrounding the Guidestones stems largely from the inscriptions carved into the stones. These messages, written in 8 different languages, outline 10 principles or guidelines for humanity. Some of these principles, such as maintaining the world population under 500 million and guiding reproduction wisely, have been interpreted by some as promoting population control or even eugenics. Critics argue that the monument's message aligns with ideologies of secret societies or globalist agendas aimed at establishing a new world order. Supporters, on the other hand, view the Guidestones as a call for rational thinking and long-term planning for human survival. The anonymity of the creator and the lack of clear context for the monument's purpose have allowed various interpretations to flourish. The Georgia Guidestones' controversial nature is further amplified by their destruction in July 2022 by an explosive device. This act of vandalism, captured on security cameras, has only added to the mystery and debate surrounding these enigmatic stones, leaving many to wonder about the motivations behind both their creation and destruction. Electronic voice phenomena, or EVP, have puzzled researchers and paranormal enthusiasts for decades. These unexplained sounds or voices captured on audio recordings continue to spark debate and scientific inquiry. Experts approach this phenomenon from various angles, seeking rational explanations for these mysterious occurrences. One theory suggests that EVP might result from audio pareidolia, a psychological tendency to perceive meaningful patterns in random noise. The human brain is wired to find familiar sounds, especially voices, even in ambiguous audio. This could explain why some people hear distinct words or phrases in recordings that others perceive as mere static or background noise. Another explanation involves radio frequency interference. Electronic devices can sometimes pick up stray signals from nearby radio transmissions, wireless communications, or other electronic sources. These unintended signals might be misinterpreted as voices or messages, especially when the audio quality is poor or the environment is electrically noisy. Some researchers propose that EVP could be caused by cross-modulation, where 2 or more audio signals combine to create new, unintended sounds. This technical phenomenon might occur in recording equipment or during the playback process, potentially generating what sounds like coherent speech from disparate audio sources. While these explanations offer potential insights, the debate surrounding electronic voice phenomena remains ongoing, with proponents and skeptics continuing to investigate this intriguing mystery. The debate about dark matter stems from a fundamental discrepancy in our observations of the universe. When scientists study the motion of stars and galaxies, they find that these celestial objects move much faster than expected based on the visible matter we can detect. This suggests there must be additional mass-exerting gravitational influence, yet we cannot see it directly. This invisible mass, dubbed dark matter, is thought to make up about 85% of all matter in the universe. However, despite decades of searching, we have not been able to directly observe or measure dark matter particles. This elusiveness has led some scientists to question whether dark matter exists at all, or if our understanding of gravity needs revision. Alternative theories have been proposed to explain the observed gravitational effects without invoking dark matter. These include modified theories of gravity that suggest our current models break down at galactic scales. However, dark matter remains the most widely accepted explanation among cosmologists due to its ability to account for various astronomical observations, including gravitational lensing and the cosmic microwave background. The ongoing debate reflects the challenge of studying something that cannot be directly observed. As technology advances and new experiments are conducted, scientists continue to search for definitive evidence of dark matter or alternative explanations for the gravitational anomalies we observe in the cosmos. This pursuit highlights the dynamic nature of scientific inquiry and our evolving understanding of the universe. The Dyatlov Pass incident remains one of the most perplexing mysteries in modern history. In 1959, 9 experienced hikers died under bizarre circumstances in the Ural Mountains of Russia. The peculiar nature of their deaths and the subsequent investigation have led to decades of speculation and debate. One of the main reasons the incident remains unresolved is the unusual evidence found at the scene. The hikers' tent was cut open from the inside, and they fled into sub-zero temperatures without proper clothing. Their bodies were found scattered across the mountain, some with inexplicable injuries. These strange circumstances have fueled numerous theories, ranging from avalanches to secret Soviet weapons tests. The initial investigation was hampered by the Cold War-era secrecy and limited forensic capabilities of the time. Many crucial pieces of evidence were either mishandled or not properly documented. Additionally, the Soviet government's decision to classify the case files for decades prevented a thorough, independent examination of the evidence. Recent scientific studies have proposed natural explanations, such as a rare type of avalanche or infrasound-induced panic. However, these theories still fail to account for all the unusual aspects of the case. The combination of incomplete evidence, historical context, and the sheer strangeness of the event continues to challenge investigators, leaving the Dyatlov Pass incident an enduring mystery in the annals of unexplained phenomena. The Duga radar system, located near Chernobyl in Ukraine, has been the subject of several intriguing theories regarding its true purpose. This massive structure, often called the Russian woodpecker due to its distinctive tapping sound, was officially described as an over-the-horizon radar system designed to detect incoming missile attacks during the Cold War. However, alternative theories have emerged over the years. Some speculate that the Duga was actually a mind control device intended to influence the thoughts and behaviors of people over vast distances. Others suggest it was part of a weather modification program, capable of altering atmospheric conditions for military advantage. A more grounded theory proposes that the Duga system was used for long-range communication with submarines, utilizing its powerful transmitters to send signals deep into the oceans. Some researchers believe it might have been an experimental weapon system designed to disrupt enemy electronics or communication networks. Despite these fascinating speculations, most experts agree that the Duga radar was indeed primarily an early warning system for missile detection. Its immense size and power consumption align with the requirements for long-range radar operations, and declassified documents support this conventional explanation. Nevertheless, the air of mystery surrounding this colossal structure continues to captivate the imagination of many. Researchers investigating the global decline in bee populations have identified several key factors contributing to this alarming trend. One major concern is the widespread use of pesticides, particularly a class called neonicotinoids. These chemicals can disorient bees, impair their navigation abilities, and weaken their immune systems, making them more susceptible to diseases and parasites. Habitat loss is another significant issue. As urban areas expand and agricultural practices intensify, bees lose access to diverse flowering plants essential for their diet. This reduction in food sources and nesting sites puts considerable stress on bee colonies. Climate change also plays a role, altering flowering times and creating mismatches between when bees emerge from hibernation and when flowers bloom. The spread of parasites and diseases, such as the varroa mite and various viruses, has further decimated bee populations. These pathogens can quickly spread through colonies, especially when bees are already weakened by other stressors. Additionally, the lack of genetic diversity in some managed honeybee populations makes them more vulnerable to these threats. Researchers are exploring various solutions to address these challenges. These include developing safer pesticides, creating bee-friendly habitats in urban and rural areas, and breeding more resilient bee species. By understanding the complex interplay of these factors, scientists hope to reverse the decline and ensure the survival of these crucial pollinators. Damien Hirst's treasures from the wreck of the unbelievable sparked controversy for several reasons. The exhibition, which debuted in Venice in 2017, presented a fictional narrative of ancient treasures salvaged from a shipwreck. Hirst created elaborate sculptures and artifacts, purposely aged and encrusted with coral, to support this fabricated story. One major point of contention was the blurring of fact and fiction. Hirst presented these modern creations as if they were genuine historical artifacts, leading to debates about the nature of truth in art and the responsibility of artists to their audience. Some critics argued that this approach was deceptive and undermined the integrity of genuine archaeological discoveries. The scale and extravagance of the project also drew criticism. Hirst's exhibition was seen by some as an ostentatious display of wealth and excess in the art world. The sheer cost of producing and staging such an elaborate show raised questions about the commercialization of art and the role of money in determining artistic value. Furthermore, the exhibition's appropriation of various cultural motifs and historical styles sparked discussions about cultural sensitivity and appropriation in art. Some viewed Hirst's reimagining of diverse cultural artifacts as problematic, arguing that it trivialized or misrepresented important cultural heritage. These controversies added layers of complexity to the reception of Hirst's ambitious and provocative project. The mysterious underwater crop circles discovered off the coast of Japan have fascinated scientists and divers alike. These intricate patterns, found on the ocean floor, are not the work of aliens or supernatural forces, but rather the result of a small pufferfish's dedication to attracting a mate. Male pufferfish, barely 7 inches long, spend days meticulously crafting these elaborate circular structures using only their fins. They swim tirelessly back and forth, creating grooves and ridges in the sand that form a complex geometric design. The circles can reach up to 7 feet in diameter, an impressive feat for such a small creature. The purpose of these underwater artworks is purely reproductive. Female pufferfish are drawn to the most symmetrical and intricate designs, which they interpret as signs of a healthy and fit mate. Once a female chooses a circle, she lays her eggs in the center, where they are fertilized by the male. The ridges and grooves of the structure serve to minimize the impact of ocean currents, protecting the eggs until they hatch. Scientists believe this behavior evolved as a way for male pufferfish to demonstrate their fitness and genetic quality to potential mates. The complexity and precision of the circles require significant energy and skill, making them honest signals of the male's capabilities. This discovery highlights the incredible ingenuity found in nature and reminds us that there are still many wonders to be uncovered in our oceans. The Moai statues of Easter Island have long fascinated archaeologists and historians, sparking numerous theories about their creation and purpose. These massive stone figures, carved between the years 800 and 1800, are believed to represent ancestral chiefs and other important lineage figures of the Rapa Nui people. One prevailing theory suggests that the Moai were created as a form of ancestor worship. The statues may have been intended to channel mana, a spiritual force believed to bring prosperity and protection to the living descendants. This theory is supported by the fact that many Moai face inland, as if watching over the villages and their inhabitants. Another hypothesis proposes that the Moai served as territorial markers, delineating the boundaries between different clans on the island. The size and number of statues in an area might have indicated the power and status of the clan that controlled that territory. This theory aligns with the competitive nature of Polynesian societies and the importance of land ownership. Some researchers have suggested that the creation of the Moai was itself a crucial social and economic activity. The process of carving, transporting, and erecting these massive statues would have required significant cooperation and organization, potentially serving as a means of unifying the island's population and maintaining social order during times of environmental stress. The legend of Atlantis has endured for thousands of years, captivating the imagination of people across generations. This mythical island civilization, first described by the ancient Greek philosopher Plato, continues to intrigue researchers and the public alike due to its blend of historical possibility and fantastical elements. One reason for the enduring fascination is the tantalizing prospect that Atlantis might have actually existed. Many cultures around the world have stories of great floods and lost civilizations, leading some to speculate that Atlantis could be based on a real historical event. This possibility drives researchers to search for archaeological evidence that might prove its existence. The idea of an advanced civilization lost to time also resonates with our collective curiosity about human potential and our past. Atlantis is often depicted as a highly sophisticated society with technology beyond its time, prompting questions about what ancient humans might have been capable of and what knowledge might have been lost. Moreover, the mystery surrounding Atlantis taps into our love for solving puzzles and uncovering hidden truths. The ongoing debate about its possible location, the cause of its downfall, and its potential influence on other cultures keeps the topic alive in both academic circles and popular culture, ensuring that the allure of Atlantis continues to captivate us. The underwater ruins off the coast of Yonaguni, Japan, have puzzled scientists and archaeologists for decades. These submerged structures, discovered in 1987 by a local diver, feature massive stone formations with sharp angles, flat surfaces, and what appear to be terraces and ramps. Their enigmatic nature stems from the ongoing debate about their origin. Are they natural geological formations or the remnants of an ancient human civilization? Those who believe the structures are artificial point to their seemingly geometric shapes and architectural features. They argue that the presence of what looks like steps, platforms, and even a possible pyramid indicates human involvement. Some even suggest these ruins could be evidence of a lost civilization, perhaps dating back to the last ice age when sea levels were much lower. However, many geologists contend that the Yonaguni formations are entirely natural. They explain that the area's sandstone layers, combined with tectonic activity and erosion, could have created these intriguing shapes over thousands of years. The region's susceptibility to earthquakes and strong currents further supports this natural formation theory. Adding to the mystery is the difficulty in studying these underwater structures. Located in a treacherous area known for strong currents and hammerhead sharks, research expeditions are challenging and limited. This restricted access has allowed speculation to flourish, as conclusive evidence remains elusive. The Yonaguni underwater ruins continue to captivate our imagination, standing as a testament to the enduring mysteries that lie beneath the waves of our vast oceans. The discovery of an ancient underwater forest off the coast of Alabama has left scientists intrigued and searching for answers. This remarkably preserved woodland, found about 60 feet below the surface of the Gulf of Mexico, dates back to a time when sea levels were much lower, approximately 50,000 to 60,000 years ago. Experts believe this forest was rapidly buried by sediment during the last ice age, possibly due to a sudden change in sea level or a major storm event. This quick burial created an oxygen-free environment, preventing decay and allowing for exceptional preservation. The trees, primarily bald cypress, still have intact bark and even release a pine scent when cut. Scientists suggest that the forest remained hidden and preserved until recent hurricanes, particularly Hurricane Ivan in 2004, shifted the seafloor sediments and exposed the ancient trees. The cold, dark waters of the Gulf have further contributed to the forest's preservation, slowing down decomposition processes. This underwater time capsule offers researchers a unique opportunity to study past climates and ecosystems. By analyzing the tree rings and preserved pollen, scientists can gain insights into the environmental conditions of the Gulf Coast region during the last ice age, providing valuable data for understanding long-term climate patterns and potential future changes. The Bimini Road, located off the coast of North Bimini Island in the Bahamas, has been a source of intrigue and debate for decades. This underwater formation consists of a series of limestone blocks arranged in what appears to be a linear pattern, stretching for about half a mile along the seafloor. The controversy surrounding the Bimini Road stems from differing interpretations of its origin and purpose. Some researchers and enthusiasts claim that the formation is evidence of an ancient civilization, possibly linked to the legendary lost city of Atlantis. They argue that the seemingly orderly arrangement of the stones suggests human intervention and architectural design, pointing to the possibility of a submerged harbor or roadway. However, most geologists and marine scientists contend that the Bimini Road is a natural formation. They explain that the limestone blocks are likely the result of erosion and fracturing of a larger stone outcrop. The linear appearance, they argue, is due to the natural bedding planes of the rock formation and the effects of wave action over thousands of years. The debate is further fueled by the broader context of underwater archaeology and the search for lost civilizations. While the idea of discovering remnants of an advanced ancient society is captivating, the scientific consensus leans towards a natural explanation for the Bimini Road. This ongoing discussion highlights the challenges of interpreting underwater formations and the importance of rigorous scientific investigation in understanding our planet's geological and historical mysteries. The disappearance of the Flannan Isles lighthouse keepers remains one of the most perplexing maritime mysteries of the 20th century. In December 1900, 3 men vanished without a trace from their post on Eilean Moor, one of the remote Flannan Isles off the coast of Scotland. What makes this case particularly baffling is the lack of concrete evidence and the strange circumstances surrounding their disappearance. When a relief vessel arrived at the island, they found the lighthouse in an odd state. The clock had stopped, the beds were unmade, and a set of oilskins was missing, suggesting one keeper had left without proper outdoor gear. Most puzzling of all, the lighthouse log's final entry indicated calm weather, yet other records showed a severe storm had battered the area around that time. Numerous theories have been proposed over the years, ranging from the plausible to the fantastic. Some suggest the men were swept away by a freak wave while trying to secure equipment outside the lighthouse. Others speculate about paranormal explanations or even abduction. However, the isolated nature of the island and the lack of witnesses have made it impossible to verify any of these theories. The passage of time has only deepened the mystery. With no new evidence coming to light in over a century, the fate of the Flannan Isles lighthouse keepers continues to captivate the imagination of many. Their disappearance serves as a reminder of the unpredictable power of nature and the dangers faced by those who work in isolated coastal environments. The stone spheres of Costa Rica, also known as the Defy spheres, have puzzled archaeologists and researchers for decades. These perfectly round stone balls, ranging in size from a few centimeters to over 2 meters in diameter, are scattered throughout the Diquis Delta and Isla del Caño in Costa Rica. Several theories have been proposed to explain their origin and purpose. One theory suggests that the spheres were created by the indigenous people of the region, possibly the ancestors of the Baruxa or Teribe tribes. This theory proposes that the spheres were crafted using a technique of repeated hammering and grinding of large boulders, gradually shaping them into near-perfect spheres. Researchers believe this process would have required immense skill and patience, taking months or even years to complete a single sphere. Another hypothesis proposes that the spheres had astronomical significance. Some researchers argue that the placement of the spheres might have been used to mark celestial events or serve as a rudimentary calendar system. However, this theory remains controversial, as many of the spheres have been moved from their original locations over time, making it difficult to confirm any intentional astronomical alignments. A more practical theory suggests that the spheres were symbols of power and social status. According to this idea, the larger and more perfectly shaped spheres would have belonged to chiefs or other important members of the society, serving as a display of wealth and influence. Some researchers also speculate that the spheres might have been used to mark territorial boundaries between different groups in the region. The floating islands on Lake Titicaca are a remarkable feat of human ingenuity and adaptation. These islands, known as the Uros Islands, are constructed entirely by the indigenous Uros people using totora reeds that grow abundantly in the shallows of the lake. Researchers explain that the Uros began creating these islands centuries ago as a defensive measure, allowing them to move their homes if threatened. The process of building these islands is both ingenious and labor-intensive. The Uros harvest the buoyant totora reeds and pile them into dense blocks. These blocks are then anchored to the lakebed with ropes and stakes. As the bottom layers of reeds decompose, new layers are continuously added to the top, creating a perpetually renewed surface. This constant maintenance is crucial, as the islands would otherwise sink within months. The reeds serve multiple purposes beyond providing a floating foundation. They are used to construct houses, boats, and are even eaten as a source of iodine. The unique ecosystem of Lake Titicaca, straddling the border between Peru and Bolivia at an altitude of over 12,000 feet, provides the perfect conditions for this remarkable way of life. The cold, high-altitude environment preserves the reeds, while the lake provides food and transportation. This symbiotic relationship between the Uros people and their environment demonstrates a fascinating example of human adaptation to challenging conditions. The Hessdalen lights in Norway have been a source of fascination and bewilderment for scientists and observers alike for decades. These mysterious luminous phenomena appear as bright, colorful orbs of light floating above the Hessdalen Valley in central Norway. What makes them particularly perplexing is their unpredictable nature and the lack of a conclusive explanation for their occurrence. Scientists have struggled to consistently observe and measure the lights as they appear randomly and often for only brief periods. This inconsistency has made it challenging to gather reliable data and conduct thorough investigations. Furthermore, the lights exhibit unusual behaviors, such as changing colors, merging, splitting, and moving in ways that defy conventional explanations for natural phenomena. Numerous theories have been proposed to explain the Hessdalen lights, ranging from geological and atmospheric processes to more exotic possibilities like plasma formations or unknown physical phenomena. However, none of these theories fully account for all the observed characteristics of the lights. This lack of a comprehensive explanation continues to fuel scientific curiosity and debate. Adding to the mystery, the frequency of light sightings has fluctuated over time, with periods of increased activity followed by lulls. This variability further complicates efforts to study the phenomenon systematically and understand its underlying causes. As a result, the Hessdalen lights remain an intriguing enigma, challenging our understanding of natural phenomena and inspiring ongoing scientific investigation. Red sprites and blue jets are fascinating atmospheric phenomena that occur high above thunderstorms. These colorful flashes of light have intrigued scientists for decades, and researchers continue to study their formation and characteristics. Red sprites are large, brief flashes of red light that appear above active thunderstorms. They typically occur between 40 and 90 kilometers above the Earth's surface. Scientists believe red sprites form when powerful lightning strikes create strong electric fields in the upper atmosphere. These electric fields accelerate electrons, which then collide with nitrogen molecules, causing them to emit the characteristic red glow. Blue jets, on the other hand, are narrow cones of blue light that shoot upward from the tops of thunderclouds. They can reach altitudes of up to 50 kilometers. Experts suggest that blue jets result from electrical breakdown between the positively charged upper levels of a thundercloud and the negatively charged air above it. This electrical discharge ionizes nitrogen molecules, producing the blue color we observe. Both phenomena are challenging to study due to their brief duration and high altitude. However, advances in high-speed camera technology and observations from aircraft and space have allowed scientists to gather more data and refine their understanding of these elusive events. Ongoing research aims to uncover the precise mechanisms behind red sprites and blue jets, as well as their potential impact on the upper atmosphere and global electrical circuit. Ball lightning remains one of the most enigmatic and elusive phenomena in atmospheric science. This rare form of lightning appears as glowing, floating spheres that can range from the size of a pea to several meters in diameter. Unlike regular lightning, these luminous orbs can persist for several seconds or even minutes, often moving erratically before disappearing suddenly. Several theories attempt to explain the nature and cause of ball lightning. One prominent hypothesis suggests that ball lightning forms when regular lightning strikes the ground, vaporizing silicon in soil or rock. This process could create a hot plasma of silicon and oxygen that glows and floats on its own electromagnetic field. Another theory proposes that ball lightning is a collection of highly energized air molecules held together by complex electromagnetic fields generated during thunderstorms. Some researchers have suggested that ball lightning might be an optical illusion caused by the temporary blindness that occurs after viewing a bright flash of regular lightning. However, this explanation fails to account for the numerous reports of ball lightning occurring indoors or in the absence of conventional lightning strikes. More recent theories explore the possibility that ball lightning is a manifestation of nanobatteries formed in the atmosphere or a result of quantum phenomena involving Rydberg matter. Despite these various hypotheses, the true nature of ball lightning remains elusive, and scientists continue to debate its cause and properties. The rarity and unpredictability of ball lightning make it challenging to study, leaving this atmospheric mystery open for further investigation and discovery. The Marfa Lights phenomenon in Texas has puzzled scientists and fascinated observers for decades. These mysterious glowing orbs appear in the night sky near the town of Marfa, defying conventional explanations and sparking countless theories. One reason the Marfa lights continue to elude scientific explanation is their unpredictable nature. The lights appear at random intervals and locations, making systematic study challenging. Researchers struggle to gather consistent data as the phenomenon does not occur on a regular schedule or in a fixed position. Another factor contributing to the mystery is the variety of descriptions provided by witnesses. Some report seeing stationary lights, while others describe moving orbs that change color or split apart. This inconsistency in observations makes it difficult for scientists to pinpoint a single cause or develop a unified theory. Several proposed explanations have been put forward, including atmospheric reflections of car headlights, luminous gases from underground sources, and even ball lightning. However, none of these theories fully account for all the reported characteristics of the Marfa lights, leaving scientists without a definitive answer to this perplexing phenomenon. The Brown Mountain Lights in North Carolina have puzzled observers for centuries, earning their reputation as one of the most intriguing natural phenomena in the United States. These mysterious lights appear as glowing orbs that dance and flicker above Brown Mountain in the Pisgah National Forest. What makes them truly enigmatic is their unpredictable nature and the lack of a definitive scientific explanation for their existence. Witnesses describe the lights as varying in size, color, and behavior. Sometimes they appear as small, bright spheres, while other times they manifest as larger, diffuse glows. The lights have been observed moving erratically, splitting apart, merging together, and even appearing to respond to human attempts at communication. This seemingly intelligent behavior has fueled speculation about their origin and nature. Despite numerous investigations by scientists and researchers, no conclusive explanation has been found. Theories range from natural phenomena like bioluminescent fungi or electrical discharges caused by geological stress to more exotic possibilities like plasma formations or even extraterrestrial activity. The rugged terrain and dense forests of the area make systematic study challenging, adding to the mystery. The longevity of the Brown Mountain Lights phenomenon also contributes to its enigmatic status. Reports of the lights date back to Cherokee legends, and they have been consistently observed for over a century. This persistence, combined with the inability of modern science to fully explain them, ensures that the Brown Mountain Lights continue to captivate the imagination of both scientists and the public alike. Earthquake lights are a rare and mysterious phenomenon that has puzzled scientists for centuries. These eerie glows in the sky, often described as flashes or glowing orbs, have been reported before, during, and after major seismic events. While their exact cause remains a subject of debate, researchers have proposed several intriguing theories to explain their occurrence. One leading hypothesis suggests that earthquake lights result from the intense stress and friction in rock formations during seismic activity. As tectonic plates grind against each other, they create immense pressure that can cause certain types of rocks, particularly those containing quartz, to release electrical charges. This process, known as piezoelectricity, may ionize the air near the ground, creating visible light emissions. Another explanation focuses on the release of radon gas from the Earth during earthquakes. Radon, a naturally occurring radioactive gas, can ionize air molecules as it escapes from fissures in the ground. This ionization could potentially create glowing plasma-like formations in the atmosphere, accounting for some of the reported earthquake-like phenomena. Some scientists have also proposed that the movement of groundwater through porous rock during seismic events could generate electric fields strong enough to produce visible light. This theory suggests that water acts as a conductor, carrying electrical charges to the surface where they interact with the air to create luminous displays. While these explanations offer compelling insights, the rarity and unpredictability of earthquake lights make them challenging to study, leaving room for further research and discovery in this fascinating field of seismology. The debate surrounding the true nature of the aurora borealis and aurora australis stems from their complex and multifaceted origins. These breathtaking light displays, also known as the Northern and Southern Lights, have captivated humans for millennia, but their exact mechanisms continue to intrigue scientists. At the heart of the debate is the interplay between solar activity and Earth's magnetic field. While we know that charged particles from the Sun interact with our planet's magnetosphere, the precise details of this process are still not fully understood. Some researchers argue that the auroras are primarily driven by solar wind, while others emphasize the role of Earth's own magnetic field fluctuations. Another point of contention is the variety of colors observed in auroral displays. Scientists agree that different atmospheric gases produce specific colors when excited by charged particles, but the exact combinations and intensities of these colors can vary widely. This variability has led to ongoing discussions about the underlying atomic and molecular processes at play. The debate also extends to the aurora's effects on Earth's atmosphere and potential impacts on technology. Some experts suggest that intense auroral activity could disrupt satellite communications and power grids, while others argue that such effects are minimal. As our understanding of space weather evolves, so too does the conversation about the true nature and implications of these mesmerizing celestial phenomena. Noctilucent clouds remain a mysterious phenomenon for atmospheric scientists due to their unique characteristics and challenging observational conditions. These ethereal clouds form at the edge of space, in the mesosphere, at altitudes of about 80 kilometers above Earth's surface. This extreme height makes them difficult to study directly, as they are too high for aircraft or weather balloons to reach, yet too low for most satellites to observe closely. The formation of noctilucent clouds requires specific conditions that are not fully comprehended. They need extremely cold temperatures, water vapor, and dust particles to serve as nuclei for ice crystal formation. However, the sources and dynamics of these components at such high altitudes are not well understood. The dust particles, for instance, might come from meteors, volcanic eruptions, or even human activities, but the exact contributions of each source remain uncertain. Another factor complicating our understanding is the relatively recent discovery of noctilucent clouds. They were first observed in the late 19th century, possibly linked to the eruption of Krakatoa. This short observational history limits our knowledge of their long-term behavior and potential connections to climate change or other atmospheric phenomena. Furthermore, noctilucent clouds exhibit complex patterns and structures that change rapidly, often within minutes. This dynamic nature makes it challenging for scientists to study them consistently and draw definitive conclusions about their behavior and influences. As atmospheric research continues to advance, noctilucent clouds remain an intriguing subject, promising new insights into the upper atmosphere and its interactions with space and the lower atmospheric layers. Sprites are a fascinating atmospheric phenomenon that occur high above thunderstorms. These brief, bright flashes of light take on various shapes, often resembling jellyfish or columns. Scientists have proposed several theories to explain their formation and behavior. One prominent theory suggests that sprites result from a discharge of positive charge between the top of a thundercloud and the ionosphere. When lightning strikes the ground, it leaves behind a strong positive charge in the upper part of the cloud. This charge then interacts with the negatively charged layer of the atmosphere above, creating an electric field that triggers the sprite. Another theory focuses on the role of cosmic rays in sprite formation. High-energy particles from space might ionize the air in the upper atmosphere, creating conditions conducive to sprite development. This could explain why sprites often appear in clusters or groups. Researchers have also proposed that gravity waves, which are oscillations in the atmosphere, might play a role in sprite behavior. These waves could create areas of lower air density, making it easier for electrical discharges to occur and influencing the shape and movement of sprites. As scientists continue to study these elusive phenomena, new theories and explanations are likely to emerge, shedding more light on the mysterious world of sprites. Light pillars are a captivating atmospheric optical phenomenon that often leaves observers in awe. Researchers explain this spectacle as the result of light interacting with ice crystals suspended in the air. These ice crystals, typically flat and hexagonal in shape, act like tiny mirrors floating in the atmosphere. When light from bright sources such as street lamps, the moon, or even the sun strikes these ice crystals, it reflects off their surfaces. The crystals must be aligned horizontally to create the pillar effect. As light bounces off numerous ice crystals at different heights, it creates the illusion of a vertical column or pillar of light extending upward from the source. The appearance of light pillars is heavily dependent on weather conditions. They are most commonly observed in cold climates where temperatures are low enough for ice crystals to form in the air. The crystals need to be large enough to reflect light effectively, but small enough to remain suspended in the atmosphere. This delicate balance explains why light pillars are relatively rare and often fleeting. Researchers continue to study light pillars to better understand atmospheric optics and ice crystal formation. By analyzing the conditions under which these phenomena occur, scientists gain insights into atmospheric composition and behavior, contributing to our knowledge of weather patterns and climate dynamics. The Baghdad Battery remains a source of intrigue and debate among archaeologists and historians. This ancient artifact, discovered in Iraq in 1938, consists of a clay jar containing a copper cylinder and an iron rod. What makes it truly puzzling is its resemblance to a modern-day galvanic cell or battery, despite dating back to the Parthian period, around 2,000 years ago. The main mystery surrounding the Baghdad Battery is its purpose. Some researchers suggest it could have been used to generate an electric current for electroplating jewelry or religious ceremonies. However, there is no concrete evidence to support these theories, and no ancient texts mention such a device or its applications. Adding to the enigma is the fact that the knowledge required to create and use such a battery seems far ahead of its time. If it indeed functioned as a battery, it would imply a sophisticated understanding of electricity in the ancient world, challenging our current timeline of scientific discoveries. Furthermore, the lack of similar artifacts from the same period or region makes it difficult for archaeologists to contextualize the Baghdad Battery within the broader scope of ancient technology. This isolation adds to its puzzling nature and continues to fuel speculation about its true purpose and significance in ancient Mesopotamian society. The Antikythera mechanism, an ancient Greek astronomical calculator, continues to astound experts with its sophisticated design. To explain its advanced features, researchers employ a combination of cutting-edge technology and historical analysis. They use techniques like X-ray computed tomography to peer inside the corroded bronze fragments without damaging them. This allows experts to create detailed three-dimensional models of the mechanism's intricate gears and inscriptions. Scholars also draw on ancient texts and astronomical knowledge to decipher the purpose of various components. They believe the device could predict celestial events, including eclipses and the positions of planets, with remarkable accuracy. Some experts suggest that the mechanism's complexity indicates a level of technological prowess previously unknown in the ancient world. To account for the device's sophistication, researchers propose that it might represent the culmination of a now-lost tradition of mechanical engineering. They speculate that similar devices might have existed but did not survive the ravages of time. The Antikythera mechanism could be a rare glimpse into an advanced scientific culture that flourished over 2,000 years ago. Ongoing studies continue to reveal new insights about the mechanism's functions and origins. Experts are now exploring potential links between the device and ancient Greek philosophical and mathematical traditions, seeking to place this extraordinary artifact within its broader historical and intellectual context. The Coral Castle in Florida has puzzled visitors and researchers for decades, sparking various theories about its construction. Built by Edward Leedskalnin, a Latvian immigrant, this massive structure consists of enormous blocks of coral limestone, some weighing up to 30 tons. One prevalent theory suggests that Leedskalnin used a form of magnetic levitation to move and position the heavy stones. Proponents of this idea point to Leedskalnin's claimed knowledge of the secrets of ancient pyramid builders and his writings on magnetism. However, no concrete evidence supports this theory, and it remains in the realm of speculation. A more grounded explanation proposes that Leeds-Culnin employed simple mechanical techniques using block and tackle systems, levers, and wedges. This theory aligns with observations of tool marks on the stones and accounts from some who claim to have seen him working at night with primitive tools. Some researchers suggest that Leeds-Culnin might have used a form of acoustic levitation, manipulating sound waves to reduce the effective weight of the stones. While intriguing, this theory lacks substantial scientific backing. The most likely explanation remains that Leeds-Culnin, through patience, ingenuity, and years of solitary work, used basic principles of physics and leverage to accomplish his remarkable feat. The remarkable precision of ancient Egyptian stonework remains a source of wonder and perplexity for modern engineers. The level of accuracy achieved by Egyptian craftsmen thousands of years ago, particularly in structures like the Great Pyramid of Giza, is astonishing given the tools available at the time. One aspect that continues to amaze experts is the incredibly tight fit between massive stone blocks. In many cases, the spaces between these enormous stones are so small that even a thin blade cannot be inserted between them. This precision extends beyond just the visible surfaces, with internal chambers and passages exhibiting equally impressive accuracy. The methods used to achieve such precision are not fully understood. While copper chisels, bronze saws, and other basic tools have been found, these alone do not explain the level of accuracy observed. Some theories suggest the use of advanced surveying and leveling techniques, while others propose the application of sophisticated geometry and mathematical principles. Adding to the mystery is the scale at which this precision was achieved. The Great Pyramid, for instance, has a base that is almost perfectly level, with only a few centimeters of variation across its entire 430-meter length. This feat of engineering becomes even more impressive when considering the massive weight of the stones and the challenges of construction on such a grand scale. Roman concrete, a marvel of ancient engineering, has puzzled scientists for centuries due to its remarkable durability. Unlike modern concrete, which often deteriorates within decades, Roman concrete structures have endured for 2 millennia, withstanding the ravages of time, seawater, and even earthquakes. The secret to this longevity lies in its unique composition. Roman concrete, also known as opus caementicium, was made from volcanic ash, lime, and seawater mixed with chunks of volcanic rock. This combination created a chemical reaction that strengthened the concrete over time, particularly when exposed to seawater. One of the most intriguing aspects of Roman concrete is its ability to self-heal. Tiny cracks that form in the concrete automatically fill with a new material, repairing damage without human intervention. This self-healing property is due to the presence of rare minerals that form long, needle-like crystals, filling voids and preventing further cracking. The mystery deepens when we consider that the exact formula for Roman concrete was lost for centuries. Only in recent years have scientists begun to unravel its secrets through advanced analysis techniques. This rediscovery could revolutionize modern construction, potentially leading to more durable and environmentally friendly building materials that could last for millennia, just like their ancient Roman counterparts. The advanced metallurgy found in ancient Indian pillars, particularly the famous Iron Pillar of Delhi, has long intrigued scientists and historians. This remarkable pillar, standing at nearly 7 meters tall and weighing over 6,000 kilograms, has resisted corrosion for over 1,500 years, showcasing the sophisticated metallurgical knowledge of ancient Indian craftsmen. Scientists have conducted extensive studies on the composition and manufacturing techniques of these pillars. They have found that the iron used in these structures contains a high phosphorus content, which, when combined with the manufacturing process, creates a protective layer on the surface. This layer, composed of iron, oxygen, and hydrogen, acts as a barrier against rust and corrosion. The ancient Indian metalworkers also employed a technique called hot forging, where the iron was heated to high temperatures and hammered repeatedly. This process helped to distribute the phosphorus evenly throughout the metal, further enhancing its corrosion-resistant properties. Additionally, the craftsmen used a method of atmospheric exposure during the cooling process, which allowed for the formation of a thin, protective film of iron phosphate on the surface. These findings highlight the advanced scientific understanding and technical skill possessed by ancient Indian metallurgists. Their ability to create such durable structures without modern technology continues to impress researchers and serves as a testament to the ingenuity of early civilizations in manipulating materials for long-lasting construction. Stonehenge continues to captivate and puzzle researchers, fueling an ongoing debate about its purpose and construction. This ancient monument, located in Wiltshire, England, has been the subject of intense scrutiny and speculation for centuries. One major point of contention is the exact purpose of Stonehenge. Some archaeologists argue it was primarily a ceremonial site, possibly used for religious rituals or astronomical observations. Others suggest it may have been a place of healing, supported by the discovery of ancient human remains with signs of illness or injury. The alignment of the stones with solstices and equinoxes has led some to propose it was an ancient calendar or observatory. The methods used to construct Stonehenge also spark debate. The massive stones, some weighing up to 25 tons, were transported from quarries located over 100 miles away. Theories range from the use of log rollers and sleds to the possibility of glacial movement. The precision with which the stones were placed and fitted together has led to speculation about the level of engineering knowledge possessed by its Neolithic builders. Recent archaeological discoveries continue to reshape our understanding of Stonehenge. Advanced technologies like ground-penetrating radar have revealed previously unknown structures and artifacts in the surrounding landscape, adding new layers to the mystery. As new evidence emerges, the debate evolves, keeping Stonehenge at the forefront of archaeological research and public fascination. The acoustic properties of ancient sites like Chavin de Huantar continue to puzzle researchers due to their complexity and the limitations of modern investigative techniques. Chavin de Huantar, an archaeological site in Peru dating back to around 1000 BCE, features intricate networks of underground chambers and passageways that produce unusual and striking acoustic effects. One of the main challenges in understanding these acoustic properties is the difficulty in accurately recreating the original conditions of the site. Over time, many ancient structures have deteriorated or been altered, making it challenging to study their acoustic characteristics as they would have existed thousands of years ago. Additionally, the materials used in construction and the exact dimensions of spaces can significantly impact sound behavior, and these details are not always preserved or easily discernible. Another factor complicating our understanding is the potential intentionality behind these acoustic features. It remains unclear whether the remarkable sound effects were deliberately engineered or if they were unintended consequences of the architectural design. The purpose and significance of these acoustic properties in ancient rituals or daily life are still subjects of ongoing research and debate among archaeologists and acoustic specialists. Furthermore, the interdisciplinary nature of studying ancient acoustics requires expertise from various fields, including archaeology, physics, music, and anthropology. This complexity makes it challenging to form a comprehensive understanding of how these acoustic environments functioned and were perceived by ancient peoples. As research methods advance and new technologies emerge, scientists continue to unravel the mysteries of these fascinating acoustic phenomena in ancient sites. The Nazca lines in Peru have puzzled researchers for decades, leading to numerous theories about their purpose. One prominent idea suggests these enormous geoglyphs served as astronomical markers, helping ancient Nazca people track celestial events and seasons. This theory proposes that the lines aligned with the positions of certain stars and planets, potentially guiding agricultural activities. Another hypothesis posits that the Nazca lines were created for religious or ceremonial purposes. Some researchers believe the immense drawings were offerings to the gods, visible only from the sky. This idea connects the lines to ancient spiritual practices, suggesting they were part of elaborate rituals or pilgrimages. A more practical theory proposes that the lines were related to water. In the arid Nazca Desert, water was a precious resource. Some scholars argue that the lines and figures might have been used in rituals to pray for rain or to mark the locations of underground water sources. This theory links the geoglyphs to the vital need for water management in the region. More controversial ideas have also emerged over the years. Some fringe theories suggest extraterrestrial involvement, proposing the lines were landing strips for alien spacecraft or communication attempts with beings in the sky. However, these ideas lack scientific support and are generally dismissed by mainstream archaeologists who continue to seek evidence-based explanations for the purpose and creation of these enigmatic desert drawings. Researchers have long been intrigued by the apparent advanced knowledge displayed in certain ancient maps, with the Piri Reis map being a prime example. This 16th century Turkish map has garnered significant attention due to its seemingly accurate depiction of the South American coastline and what some interpret as a representation of Antarctica. To explain this phenomenon, scholars propose several theories. One suggestion is that ancient civilizations possessed more sophisticated surveying and cartography techniques than previously thought. This hypothesis posits that early seafarers might have had the capability to accurately measure longitude, a skill not widely accepted as possible until much later in history. Another explanation focuses on the possibility of knowledge transfer from earlier, unknown civilizations. Some researchers speculate that the information in these maps might be remnants of a more advanced society that existed before recorded history, with their geographic knowledge somehow preserved and passed down through generations. A more conservative approach attributes the accuracy of these maps to a combination of factors, including luck, educated guesswork, and the compilation of information from various sources. This view suggests that mapmakers like Piri Reis might have had access to now-lost maps and reports from diverse cultures, allowing them to piece together a surprisingly accurate picture of world geography. Regardless of the explanation, these ancient maps continue to challenge our understanding of historical knowledge and capabilities.